Alright, and we're live. That's okay, Joe. I think we all do, honestly. Right. It's probably that. I would say it's most likely that. But anyways, guys, we are live, so we should be good to go. So, what'd you say, Joe? Oh, that list that I gave you, yeah. Definitely start doing that a little bit, too. I made him an Amazon wish list, and just so he can get like a good streaming setup ready to go. Yup. That you have. Well, I mean, mine's relatively... Here's the thing, is mine is relatively cheap. I mean, like, these two ring lights were maybe... They were $40 together, right? The webcam I use was maybe like $20, which granted I'm not using it right now. The mic I used was like $35, and then the pop filter I spent $12, but now it's like, I mean, it's actually pretty it's pretty good right now. It's like $8 now. So, yeah. Yep. You can get a whole PC set up for like less than $1,500. You can get a pretty decent PC startup going. That's what I'm saying. You need to build one. The cool thing about PCs right now, nowadays is it's mostly plug and place. Like, it's mostly just snap in place and then it's done. It's expensive because you're getting like all this hardware for yourself. Yeah, like honestly, for you Gallows, I imagine you game casually. So like probably I would recommend just to go on the cheaper side. You can eventually upgrade, get a Ryzen 5 or a get a gaming laptop for sure, but definitely like you can get a Ryzen 5 with a B550 motherboard, 2060 graphics card, and 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of M.2 storage, and then I'm going to be getting a hard drive of like 4 terabytes just to like bulk up my storage, and then from there, just going from there, Yeah, I have a feeling that you just game casually on the side. So, like, honestly, as long as you have a decent internet connection, you should be okay. So, like, honestly, I would say a Ryzen 5 with a 2060, you'd probably be okay. I would say you'd most likely be looking at maybe anywhere between $1,200 to $1,300 for a gaming PC. That's not including a monitor and stuff like that. So, like, but just for the baseline PC, you should be fine. Yeah, but like you can get a monitor, you can get a relatively cheap monitor for like a couple $100. It's nothing crazy. Yeah, but I already, like I said, he already does like mostly casual gaming, so he should be okay with just basic shit. Yeah, for you, Lewis, honestly, I would recommend maybe a Ryzen 7 or a Ryzen 9. And I would still recommend a 2060 because 2060s right now are still pretty good. You don't have to get it. 30 series, the whole push for 30 series is it's like smoother graphics over a longer period of time, and it's like ray tracing. That's it. So. Oh, yeah. No, it's a fantastic idea. I don't disagree, but yeah, no, it's just right. Yeah. Whoa, 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 someone joined in. Oh. Mm-hmm. Joe, get your head out of the gutter. I can't pop an answer. It's not too bad. Mm-hmm. Juilliard is like a prestige. Think, you know, the school from Victorious. That's essentially Juilliard. Have gone to, yeah, they've at least gone to Juilliard for a little bit. Not all of them, but the good chunk of them, yeah. 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 Yeah, it's the Harvard / Brown University of, like, a prestigious art class. So, like, art schools, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm. Oh, yeah. All right, and we have another viewer. I don't know who that is, but welcome, welcome. Hello, viewer. Yeah. Just to let you know, there is a 20-second delay in case you ever put in a comment or a concern. Yes. Yeah. So, we can talk about a few things. We're just going to keep like the main topics to ourselves. So I do know that Seth might be joining us. He said he definitely wants to. He's just currently with his folks right now, so he's trying to figure out what all he can do. But yeah, you know. Right now we're the Prim of Bridges may be joining in. Which yeah. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Usually you can offer him Little Caesars and a Monster, he'll probably be okay. Little Caesars and a Rockstar. Oh yeah, Whataburger, but like honestly, yeah, Little Caesars or McDonald's is something along those lines, yeah. And like a Rockstar energy drink, and honestly, their fruit punch flavor is not half bad. I'll give Rockstar that. Their fruit punch is pretty decent, but yeah, no, their baseline, it tastes like every other energy drink. I hate it. Quack. You talking about Quake? Quake? Quake. That's Quake. Yeah. Like an earthquake. Yep. Quake. I think I've tried it, and it's okay, honestly. But yeah, like, anything else you guys want to talk about? I know that we can definitely talk a little bit more about Morbius, that Morbius kind of sucks. But I think everybody's talked about that a little too much. Well, and here's the thing. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. There are people that are saying that this is honestly better than Venom. And to be perfectly honest, I can see where they're coming from. Here's why. Is Venom never took itself seriously. And to be fair, I actually enjoy the Venom movies. I like the Venom movies. They're okay. Like, they're not my favorite in the world, but they're dumb, goofy fun for me. Are they the Venom of the comics? Fuck no. But they are genuinely entertaining, right? So, you know, you have that, and then just, I don't know, man, like, honestly, whenever it comes to, like, the Sony Spider-Man spinoff movies, honestly, yeah. Now, I did hear that we do know what Spider-Man was supposed to be introduced into this, and it was actually, believe it or not, it was supposed to be Tobey Maguire. Yeah, it was supposed to be Maguire. Well, yeah, and honestly, I don't know. I think personally... Oh, yeah, no, definitely studio meddling. They waited to... Well, here's the thing, is it was supposed to be the on-screen appearance of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man coming back. Because if you remember correctly, Morbius was supposed to come out 2 years ago before Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, yeah, but we're not going to go any further than that. Oh, shit. Guys. I just forgot. Y'all's audio has not been going.
What?
Yeah, kill it, Christian.
My audio has been going fantastic. Y'all's is not. I apologize. That's my bad. But it's going now. We're good now.
I have to start whooping someone's booty here.
Joe, I will whoop your ass in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
And I will laugh while he does it too.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to hug someone.
Yeah.
Hug.
Oh shit, we're up to 3 viewers. Hello, my other 2 lovelies. Welcome into this, whatever this cancerous bullshit is.
All cancerous.
Yeah.
3 viewers? Guys, welcome, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know, right? Especially for the beginning. I mean, granted, like 2 extra viewers, so... Because I'm watching this as well. I'm trying to at least make sure we keep 1 viewer. We maintain 1 viewer at all times, right?
By the way, should I get Elden Ring one of these days?
Yes. If you like any of the Dark Souls games, you're going to like this one. Now, I personally have only played about 10-15 minutes of it. No, that's a lie. I played about an hour of it, but...
Is it harder or easier than the past game?
I've never played any of the past games, so I don't know. I can tell you it's pretty damn difficult. So
I couldn't get past the Dragon Raider on 2.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't played the original one. We're talking about Elden Ring. So he's talking about Dark Souls 2.
Dark Souls 2.
Oh, yeah. Dark Souls, I still need to give myself time on that because it's still...
I'm just not very patient.
So,
I have nightmares.
Here's the thing.
From Dark Souls 1.
Elden Ring is so good that for someone who does not play RPG is willing to try it out.
No, it's a good
lot
game.
of fun.
It's just
yeah.
you need a lot of patience. I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, no, I had a lot of patience up until I got into. Okay, granted, it was just partly my own stupidity that got me there, but I got to there was a swampy area. I opened up this chest, and it was a trap. It was a teleportation. It was a teleportation trap.
Yeah.
And it's like there's this boss as soon as you walk out, and it's like in this mine, and his minions are practically impossible to kill because they can get if they get a couple of good licks on you, you're done. You're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how the fuck do I get? So I finally get out of the cave, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that giant gassy blob, right? So like, Jesus, oh man. And then I got to the point where
Greatwood and Dark Souls 3 was like disgusting to look at.
Yeah. Well, and some of the character design is fantastic, but like I got to a point where I'm at where these ghosts are, and I finally encountered like a mini boss. Basically, it was like this giant. It looked like a weird hybrid of like a giant Rottweiler dog, and like it had like it almost looked like a bobblehead. It was weird.
The character designs.
It's a gorgeous game. It is absolutely a gorgeous game.
I think the Dark Souls character designs.
Honestly, you get to choose your own character design, so that's, I mean, like, to an extent, obviously. But yeah, like, I enjoy it so far.
Character.
Yeah. I chose Samurai. I literally chose a Samurai, so I was like, yeah.
I've seen some rather cursed faces.
Yeah. I probably could have chosen a Rogue, just so I could, like, sneak around and shit a little better, but,
If you go for, like, faith builds or something like that, like in a Souls game, like your magic will be fucking jacked.
Yeah.
How much was the game, anyways?
It's still like $60.
60. Kind of annoying.
It is. But I've also been playing Guardians of the Galaxy as well. The game. It's a lot of fun. I like it.
Ignore my comment up earlier. Like, how does it feel to play as nobody but Star Wars?
Yeah, it's actually a lot more fun than you think, because you still get to, like, you technically get to play as the other crew members, you just get to tell them what to do. Yeah.
That was my only nitpick, because, I mean, I would love to just be Drax and smash it.
What other game is coming out?
Shit, too many to count.
They're saying that there's going to be a game that's supposed to be coming out soon that's going to be Elder Scrolls.
Oh yeah, there is another Elder Scrolls game coming out. I forgot about that.
Well,
or Elder Scrolls.
Not Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls, I know, sorry.
Starfield.
No, I'm saying there's different games coming out.
I know. Elder Scrolls that's the name of the franchise. Everybody starts calling it Skyrim. It's like, oh, it's another Skyrim game. I'm like, yes, but Skyrim was not the first Elder Scrolls game. So
No, it was not.
Get your shit right. But no, I get it. A lot to a lot of people, Skyrim is their introduction to Elder Scrolls. So I don't blame them 100%. But yeah, no, I like Elden Ring. I gotta get to playing it a little bit more again. I enjoy it, and also Miles Morales is a lot of fun so far. I'm enjoying it. Especially with this like electricity strike that you can do, that's a lot of fun. I love the Venom strike. That's pretty dope. I like that. Yeah. But I also bought Cuphead as well. I've yet to play it, but I'm super pumped to try it eventually.
You need to stream it.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't have a camera for my PS5.
The Vox Machina characters?
Good deal with asking me, that's why.
What about the Vox Machina characters, Joe?
Uncle Pops of them.
Yeah, because the show came out.
Especially Tricky Fair.
Alright, well, I think we're going to start Seth be damned, but I'll start here in a little bit. So,
Seth
what else do we...
damned.
Yeah, Seth be damned. You hear that, Seth? You be damned. Anyways.
If you like YouTube bitch.
Yeah, pretty much, probably.
Okay, so...
I'll just let him know that we're starting.
I have the webcam, a bunch of Conan comic books, and...
We are now live at the Snodacast, or however you want to pronounce it at this point. I
Snoda.
keep on mixing.
It's Snodacast,
Snodacast, yeah.
right? That's how we're gonna say it. Snodacast.
Snodacast.
I feel like we gotta have like a
Snodacast.
Snoda snubs or something where we have like we talk about topics that we kind of skipped over.
We could.
I mean, that's just my spitball.
Hey, did you say that you're like one of the viewers?
Who?
Yes, I am.
Shad.
I am, yes.
Yes.
So
Do you
there's
have
only one
hopes
other
up that you actually have viewers?
No, we had 2 extra viewers though, like including me. That's not bad to have 2 extra viewers like right at the beginning there. That's not bad.
You are right, sure. You
Okay,
are
so I
right.
should keep an eye out for my backlog.
Oh no, that's right. The game that's supposed to be beating, that's supposed to supposedly beat Elder Scrolls is God of War. Supposedly. That's supposed
Oh
to be-
yeah, that is coming out soon.
Ragnarok.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
that'll be-
very pumped
and this
that I
will
already got
actually be a
PS5. So.
duology.
It's what? It's gonna be
It'll
a
be just
duology.
2 games.
It's only gonna be 2
Well-
games. That makes sense.
Yeah.
To be
Well, of
fair.
course, that series has been going on since what, 2009?
No, there's only a lot of game trilogies to be perfectly honest.
What other game should I are hot that I should be keeping an eye out for? They're right out.
But anyways, we're about to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Snodacast, episode 15. I am your host, BlackChef56, and I am, of course, joined by the one, the only, our, whatever we're going to call him from now on, Lewis, a.k.a. Diamond Assassin.
You're really running out of it too, aren't you, Christian?
I am too. I am very out of it at the moment,
You
yes.
had a little too much happy stuff.
Yeah. Shush.
No, we don't talk about that. Okay.
We don't talk about that. Just like we don't talk about Bruno. Anyways. And of course, I'm also joined by the one that always stares off with disinterest, is almost always in a tank top, Gallows, a.k.a. Thomas.
Your boy Gallows.
Oh my
Yeah, that'd be a tank top.
It's your boy, Gallows.
It's your boy Gallows raising a glass up of wine. Fine wine. You know it's gonna be part of your chibi character, so you might as well embrace it at this point.
He barked at us. It wants to come inside.
Barking at us, which wants to come inside.
And of course, oh, right, Joe's here.
Well, I never left.
Yeah,
Even
it's okay.
without
He
his
just
camera.
sleeps in. Yeah, he sleeps in. To be fair, he is having technical difficulties, so don't get on to him too much about it.
I'm actually the unpaid intern of this.
We're all
cab.
unpaid.
At 5,
But yes, you would
I
be
believe
the
in the house
intern.
at 5.
Yet.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's-
we're all on
because
bids for now.
Right now, because monetization on YouTube is basically a clusterfuck.
You're not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong. All right, but I gotta ask the age-old question: how's everybody's week? We're gonna go ahead and go with Lewis, then Gallows, then Joe, and then me. All right, so Lewis, how's your week, buddy?
Good. Besides, I had family over. I was cooking in the grill, and then the day before that, I ate fish. So your boy got food poisoning after yesterday. So I was dying.
I swear I had
This
food
morning,
poisoning for the past
so-
3 days.
We all die on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna eat shrimp again, fried anymore. Mm-mm.
If there's
I've
actually
had
a
no
more
problem.
safe way to eat shrimp, it would be fried. But anyways,
Yeah.
honestly,
It's still
grilled shrimp
fuck
is
you.
better. Grilled shrimp is better.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying cook it. I'd rather it be cooked than fried, if I'm being honest.
No, technically, you are cooking it. If you want to be technical, you just got to leave it in there long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
But
just got the bad end of the stick, honestly.
probably, yeah. But Gallows, I probably already know the answer to this. But how was your week?
Work.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I do on my. That's all I do with my time. Just working.
Work, no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Work,
And then of course, Joe. Don't make me regret this. But how was your week?
Well, it's been kind of just fucking bored on my mind because like wanted to do things with some certain people, and one of my buddies was like getting Indianapolis for a bit, but
Oh, that's good.
Everybody's back in their rightful place, and maybe I can actually do some shit. And
Right.
also, this friend bought me like a bottle of Armani cologne, and I'm a little I'm like, is this stuff gonna be good to have on? Like, will it smell good? Would it be?
I don't know,
Armani
bro.
is
Well,
a dangerous slope. Don't use too much of it because I guarantee you it's gonna. Don't ever use too much cologne, honestly, guys. Like, it should just be 1, 2, 3, walk through it. Another 1, 2, 3, walk backwards through it, and then
No,
that's
not
how you
even
should.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It
Not
should
even
be
1, 2, 3. You just do one
2, 3,
spray.
once, and that's it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Walk through
once,
it.
and that's
You
it.
do
Yeah.
one spray or 2 sprays.
And then the
limit.
only other thing I would recommend is maybe spray a little bit on your wrist, rub them together, and then get some on your neck. That's it. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. That way you almost always smell good.
I was wondering what
2
how
sprays
expensive they were
on the
that
side of your
point.
neck, not in the middle of your neck, on your side of your neck, because
Yeah,
for
do the
some
side of your
reason,
neck.
like on the sides of your neck, it's like scientifically proven that like something or some like reaction from the body like makes it like the heat or the warm of your neck on the sides makes the perfume last longer, or the cologne last longer. Kind
Okay.
of, in a way.
I mean, it's the same concept. They just call it cologne because they don't want to, make it girly with men. Anyways, so yeah.
I was just like, how expensive is it? And I like looked up what they were on Wikipedia. I'm like,
They're
the
expensive.
second biggest. They're the second biggest fashion conglomerate in Italy behind Prada, and I'm like,
They're expensive.
okay.
That's why I
yeah.
don't like cologne. Like, regular cologne is too fucking expensive in my opinion. Like, why spend $200 on a bottle that's that big that's gonna last me like 2 days?
Guy must have been like,
I can't stand
got a
cologne.
damn good fucking
you gotta
deal.
find the right cologne. Don't get like there's some colognes that I would recommend that are brand names that are worth it. Just to
Polo
have
Red
one
is
bottle.
really worth it, honestly.
I
Polo
have
Red
that.
is worth
That's
it,
probably
yeah.
the most expensive cologne that I have. Everything else is like not cheap, but like
I know what you mean.
It's still good cologne.
Yeah.
One
It
of
may be
these
just a
days-
step up from body spray, but it's still good cologne.
Anyway, I was gonna say, I feel like one of these days, I feel like I'm gonna take some books that are banned or challenged and just write a book about them and like
What?
my thoughts. Or there's like I saw like on Barnes&Noble they have like a thing of books that are banned or challenged or censored that tend to be censored, like Fahrenheit 451 and
Okay.
That's it's a lot of books. Bro. There's a
I feel
lot
like
of
I'd
books that
wanna-
are
not
censored.
the books themselves, but like I would write about how I feel like, especially today, how some books like that talk about like how the censoring of like media, like books and whatnot, like definitely rings true today.
Joe,
And that we're
you're tiptoeing the line, buddy. Just letting you know. I'm not being a dick about it. I'm just letting you know you are tiptoeing the line.
I'm
Tread carefully.
just saying some of those books ring really true today.
Well, of course they do. Like George Orwell's
Right,
1981, Fahrenheit
Fahrenheit
451. Yeah, Fahrenheit 451 is another one. But they're not as like 451 isn't really as censored anymore. It's actually relatively embraced pretty well. It's just, like, yeah, definitely 1981 and all that.
Or
Yeah, those are definitely still, considered controversial in some way, but ring true today. I get it, yeah.
let's say about how. It's still kind of
Anyways,
on.
let's go ahead and go directly
doing
into
all right.
Seth B. Dan. Yeah, oh, that's good. Oh, right, I forgot. My week. Still been working. I'm actually almost out of here. It will be back to Saturdays as normal after this one. So just same bat time, same bat channel. But, we're just gonna be back to the regular schedule and for a while.
Fuckery
Yeah.
of 20-something white guys.
Not all of us are white, Joe. You and me are the only white people right here right now. I know what you mean.
And you know what I fucking.
Damn,
I
Joe.
know what you mean. I'm just messing with you, buddy. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's still going to be the same bullfuckery, same bat time, same bat channel starting next week. All right, so let's go ahead and go directly into it. Seth be damned. This week we are, for now showing, talking about... Hold on 1 second. I don't know why it's just... Here, I'm going to show the graphic. All right, this week we are talking about, even though you guys have already seen it, of course, there's this now lovely now showing thing. This week we are talking about Sonic movie, or Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I saw this last night. Let me just say, it is a little long. I will agree to that. It is just a tad bit too long, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's definitely a step up. It's definitely embraced its more kind of goofy nature. Don't get me wrong, is it still kind of leaning a little bit too much towards kids with some of their fart jokes and stuff like that? Yeah, but nothing too crazy, you know. There are a couple scenes that grind the movie to a halt. One was relatively okay, but this movie does have a lot of heart. Obviously, it has Jim Carrey chewing the scenery as usual. Thoroughly enjoyed Jim Carrey in this movie. Do I think he was a little too much in some ways in this movie? Yeah, but I think if this is going to be his last role, what a way to go out on. Just, you know, that's why I think they leave it open whether or not he's going to continue in this franchise. I'm not going to spoil how, but they do leave it open to whether or not he is going to join, whether he's going to be back. And they have actually stated that if he does retire, they're not going to bring Robotnik back. They're not going to recast him. So, is it sad to see him go? If he does, yes. But I think he won't.
Eggman still is part of the Sonic verse, you know?
Well, yeah. And honestly, I would love to see what they do with him and a particular character / project that gets brought up in this movie. Not going to say who, not going to say what, but Sonic fans will know. Shut the fuck up, Gallows. It is Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, exactly.
I even called it before this movie came out too. I kind of figured.
But here's the thing: is they do what you expect with Knuckles. They like not necessarily with his character. His character's a lot of fun. I like Knuckles. But what they do with like how his character arc is, he's primarily a villain throughout the majority of the movie, and then he basically becomes friends, right? So like I don't think they should do that with this character that's teased, because this character is kind of in a gray area with Sonic, just because, you know, like sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're, you know, opposites. And I think this should be one where they stay opposites for the most part, and then maybe in the next movie they become friends, and then like they kind of flip-flop. I think that's a perfectly fine thing, especially with this character being as morally gray as he is. So
then we go.
Yeah. But what do you guys think? You have any thoughts, comments, concerns on Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
The whole thing with the character that got teased, I guess. I have not seen the movie, but I'm guessing I know which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
But the character they tease, he is mostly, he's like an anti-villain, basically. He's
an anti-hero. Yeah, he's essentially Red Hood of the Sonic universe.
He's cool with the main character with Sonic to a certain extent, but then he's not. So I feel for this next one, I agree with you. They should not make him friends with Sonic, because it would just throw everything off, basically.
Yeah, and to keep it kind of vague, I guess this character could still remain a villain, and then maybe at the end of the next movie tease Metal Sonic, and then that could be something that they could team up against.
I mean, there's so many villains that they could just pull out of,
exactly,
like throughout the whole entire universe of Sonic. That the villain, like, just characters, like, just to pick out is endless. So
yeah,
now, I will say this: there was a tease to Fat Robotnik, and I loved that. I was like, "That's." I caught that. That was pretty good, you know. And it would have been nice to have seen what he did. Yeah.
Eggman, though, that's kind of a bit of a...
No, and honestly, I respect their decision to do that. Like, if Jim Carrey does retire, I respect the decision not to recast Robotnik, because I don't think anybody's going to do as good as he did. Don't get me wrong, I definitely think there's people out there that can
look like Robotnik.
That look like Robotnik.
But have the actual, like, how should I put it? The charisma. Or attitude, you know, that Jim Carrey just put in the character. so well.
Exactly. Yeah, there's different
the
people I
only
think
thing
could bring
for
that.
Robotnik, though, for me, is that Jim Carrey retiring
Mhm.
and he doesn't want to, and they don't want to change him. It's kind of hard to say because then how they're going to go with the rest of the Sonic series. Robotnik is a big old player in the series.
He
Yeah.
is.
He's the main villain of the series. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't.
Well,
I
also
would-
we also got to
It's an
think about is like who would actually be fit for that role.
Mhm.
Like when we actually really think about it, who would really be able to
Harris.
fit a role?
I can't think of anybody other than Jim Carrey, even though he was one of the weirdest choices for Robotnik last
But
movie.
it worked out.
He did, yeah.
The other thing with it is, if I do it, like, don't get me wrong, I like is choosing a big dude to play Robotnik because like
Mhm.
Robotnik is big. He's a big
He
guy.
is a big dude. Like I said, they do reference big Robotnik, and honestly, like I don't know if you guys have, if anybody's watching that has been with me for a while, or at least know my opinions. Before we had this movie, I was like, no, here's the perfect way to explain how Robotnik got as fat as he did. It could either be an allergic reaction to the mushrooms because he has nothing other to eat. He has nothing else to eat, which is mushrooms.
Frank.
It could have been exactly drink as well. So like it could have worked its way into it. And Jim Carrey said he wasn't against wearing a fat suit. So
Yeah.
like honestly,
I
that's
mean,
okay. Now
it
granted,
works
there
out.
is one scene where it kind of doesn't work, and that's him and Knuckles kind of running through this almost like booby trapped Indiana Jones maze kind of thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, if he was fat, then I don't know how they could. I mean, don't get me wrong, they could have explained it like, oh well,
I mean,
with
they
these
could play
boots, you know,
around
I
with
can.
it.
Yeah, like he still could have used
play
technology.
around with it because I mean, Eggman could have because I mean, if you look at Sonic X in the show, like Eggman, even though he's fat, he uses like a what's it called, like a little hoverboard thing that he like flies over and stuff during the series. I mean, they could have just done that, you know?
Yeah, they could have worked around it. I agree. But yeah, no, I guess they were like, no, we still want to make sure it's like recognizable as Jim Carrey, and I still think you could have put him in a fat suit and recognize him.
I feel like I got slept on when I said have Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris would have been an interesting choice, actually. Yeah, I could see him doing okay with it.
Not Neil Patrick Harris being a good choice to play him.
Robotnik, yeah, he could be an interesting,
Yeah, I think so,
entertaining
too.
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's a good actor to play Robotnik.
It would be a hard job, but I think he could pull it off.
well, have you not seen him in Series of Unfortunate Events? It's essentially the same character.
No,
You
yeah,
just make him
I
smarter.
have.
You know?
Yeah,
Fucking get a fucking hoverboard and put it under Jim Carrey's fat suit.
Yeah, or just have him. I mean, they have him hover in this game or in this movie. You know, you even see it in the trailer. They do have him hover and everything, and I'm like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. But yeah, you know, like, you know, even still, I'm okay if this is all we're gonna see of Robotnik. It's cool to find to see him like as accurate as they can without putting Jim Carrey in a fat suit. Like we do get the mustache, we do get like the whole bald head and everything else.
red
Like
suit and
yeah,
stuff.
the red suit, exactly. Yeah, I loved it. It was great. And honestly, the jacket looked pretty dope. Like I would kill to cosplay this character. Honest to God, like if I could get the mustache. Yeah.
I feel like since
Maybe
now,
head, though.
because the movies come out, I feel like this year that's all you're gonna see in cons is the
Oh,
different
yeah.
like evolutions of Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik, whatever
Yeah.
you like to, whatever you prefer to call it. So
The only character I will say.
I prefer Eggman because that's what I've gotten used to.
well, because like wasn't it originally Dr. Robotnik in the original series, like just Sonic?
They just
Sonic
eventually
the
started calling him
cartoon?
that. They just started calling him Egghead or Dr. Eggman.
Eggman.
Yeah,
I think
Eggman.
Sonic X is when
They called him Eggman. Yeah.
Eggman, yeah, is when that happened.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah.
What's the next topic?
All right. Our first topic for the night is it's official. We are getting a Kingdom Hearts 4. Kingdom Hearts fans rejoice. I am not one of them. Anyways, I'm gonna take the back seat for this.
Actually,
What's that?
2 games.
Oh, we're getting 2 more games.
They released 2 games. I didn't think that they were gonna release 2 games. I thought they were just gonna release the 4th one. But they like kind of. I think that was a shocker to me a little bit. I was like, I was not expecting them to release very quickly another game besides the fourth one. What I will say is I think people are going to be buying both of them because even from previous when the third Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, they did kind of tease a bunch of like other games, which was the correct me if I'm wrong, Melody of Memories, which was like a kind of like a musical game memory type thing. So
You're
like you would
talking
go
to a
in
non-Kingdom Hearts fan, so
yeah. So essentially, that game is you would play through all the Kingdom Hearts games, like music, and it would be like you would have to like, what's that Japanese game called where like you have those drums and the sticks and you're hitting to the beat of every like song or whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but like.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, like where it has like the different anime music and stuff, like, and you have to hit it on the note exactly. Well, that's exactly what the other game, the music version of Kingdom Hearts was, and it just contained lore. So I'm assuming this new game is probably going to either be another musical game or just another game that has contained like extra lore from what
Get up to speed.
4 is going to have. Yeah.
Well, and they have new worlds that they can go to now too, with Encanto and
what makes Kingdom Hearts?
But I don't think they're going to go to different worlds. I think they're going to mainly focus on where Sora is at the moment. Where
she's
that
still
is.
missing. Oh wait, Sora's died. My bad.
Yeah. No.
He wakes up in a world that's kind of like ours.
Yeah, kind of like more like actual Japan, which is kind of weird, but also cool at the same time.
Surprising. Yeah. I mean, considering where Square Enix is from.
But no, like I think I saw the little gameplays and stuff, and how like there's new mechanics, fight mechanics, and I'm thinking everything's looking pretty good so far from what we have a little bit.
People want Avengers or something.
The key swords throw me off so hard.
You mean the Keyblades? Yeah, they throw you off a lot.
The swords, if they're longer than a regular blade, they're counted as swords. All right. Why call them Keyblades, bro? It makes no sense.
Because key sword sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Keyblade sounds cooler. Think about it. Yeah. It really is. Yeah.
I'm not a big old fan of Kingdom Hearts.
I barely played the games.
I'm still wanting to cosplay. I need to save up money so I can buy an actual Keyblade.
So we all know that Joe would be goofy.
Yeah, it's his.
Or Donald. He would be Donald.
He's too tall to play Donald. He's too tall to be Donald.
No, but you gotta understand, Donald has like a baggage. He'll never heal you. That's why he'll be Donald.
Okay, I got you.
How many times you tell him to heal you, he won't heal you.
I'd be Zebnus, because I mean, you could just find some toy lightsabers and then just, you know.
No, I know the perfect cosplay for Joe. Joe could be game accurate Robotnik. Just shave his head.
Oh my god.
Shave his head, make him grow his long ass mustache.
Mustache?
No, but I think you can make it work.
Yeah, probably could, but
I think Joe could pull off Robotnik, like game accurate Robotnik. But no, Joe, I know I'm not calling you that fat. I'm just saying like you're definitely bigger.
Because you got a bit more chunk on you still, boy.
I know I do. I'm trying to lose it.
Saw that Raising Canes. You need to stop eating that Raising Canes.
Not
still in the sauce.
Everybody, you eat the food there.
The more you're at a fast food place, the more likely you're gonna
eat fast food. Exactly.
No, I was overweight when I worked at Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I
grew a lot of weight.
Whenever I started working at Discount, as soon as I started picking up the pace, and I really cut out sodas and energy drinks. Most of my caffeine came from tea and coffee, so I mostly kind of started doing that. And once that happened, I lost like 20, almost 30 pounds within 2 to 3 months. It was great. I wish I could do it.
On how much soda really does affect your
it affects your body weight like ridiculously. But I can't drink coffee. I don't get to chance to drink coffee every morning, so like I either resort to an energy drink or something carbonated. So that's the only problem I have with it.
The ulterior, honestly, which is kind of not bad but also good at the same time. Orange juice, like an orange juice or some form of, whether that be like something out of like the actual processed orange juice or
Right.
freshly squeezed orange juice. So
Freshly
what I
squeezed
recommend.
orange juice isn't terrible. It's very pulpy though. That's my only problem with it.
Yeah, I'm more of a
I can't stand
pulp
pulp.
guy.
Pulp tastes nasty. It has
Yeah.
a nasty taste to it.
Yeah, it's okay on oranges. It's other fruits that I'm like, not really. Honestly, I'll tell you what's really good is cranberry juice is really good for you. It's actually really good for your kidneys, believe it or not. Cranberries are fantastic for your kidneys. They will clear them out, and that'll make them all nice and fresh. I think it's even good for your liver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's good
I
for
mean-
you. You just gotta
I mean,
get all
it's
the
the same
sugar
thing
out of
as
it.
like red wine. Red wine is good for your heart too.
Yeah, red wine's good for your
What?
heart and your mental.
Yeah.
Your mental state too.
like straight up, like as long as you don't overdo it, red wine is actually
Yeah,
pretty
like
good.
a glass every night will actually help your mental capacity, let you live longer
And
for
your
a little
heart.
bit.
Red,
Mhm.
white,
That's a
Trumpets
new
is
one.
like the worst.
But you gotta make sure it's red
one.
wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not saying chug the whole bottle. That's just going to destroy
No,
your
they-
liver.
they-
But like
they just,
one glass will
but
be okay
One
for you.
glass won't kill you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but it is scientifically
Like
it is scientifically proven that like red wine does help you
Mhm.
with your heart.
All right. Well, on to our next topic. We this week had the continuation of Moon Knight with episode 2, and we finally
so
got to
good.
see a version of Mr. Knight. Now, a lot of people are pissed, and I don't blame them
course.
because I do know that Mr. Knight is technically a detective-esque kind of character. He's very smart, but to be fair, if you you got to remember, Disney is desperately, and I do mean desperately, trying to separate Moon Knight from comparisons to to Batman. And you add a detective element in there,
Yeah,
you're gonna get a lot of
job.
comparisons to
It'll
Batman.
be fine.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to
No,
get the
I'm not
fuck
saying
over
they can't
themselves.
do it, but like the thing is like honestly, I just feel it's great to see
know, it's-
Mr. Knight on screen, let alone regardless of what iteration it is, because honestly, that's a nice ass suit. I love
I was
that
hearing
suit.
a lot of complaints about him just being too
that
dumb of a
shit.
character. His other side.
Yeah,
I'm like-
but if you think about it, I think what they're doing is every personality has their own iteration of the Moon Knight suit or the Moon Knight persona. So to be fair, I think that makes sense that Steven would think whenever he thinks suit, he thinks like a nice, 3-piece suit
Like-
with.
Down suit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she was like, "Oh, that's new. That's a new suit that I never saw before."
Yeah,
which was
exactly.
always dying.
I thought that was hilarious. Also, whenever he was at, like he rolled up his sleeves felt like a butterfly, and I'm like,
Thing like
oh,
a
okay, yeah, felt like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing here. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I thought that was really
For me-
entertaining.
For me, when I was watching the episodes in general, it was kind of a little bit hard to kind of like understand like what we talked about last time.
Mhm.
Like I think they could have done a little bit better with Steven and how
Oh yeah,
to like get him. I don't know how to explain more of his story more than just kind of like there he is,
no,
kind
I
of
get
that.
it.
What I like about the movie is that that the whole thing with the mental disorder of DID.
Mhm.
I like how they brought it to life.
Oh no, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
Having a personality disorder.
And like, if we're being honest, like, no matter how much whether it be a movie or stuff, there's still gonna be a lot of people who don't believe in that stuff.
Mhm.
Like, it is a thing that it is a real thing. Like, just to kind of like clarify to anybody watching, the idea is a real thing. People go through it, and it's kind of sad that a lot of people kind of like disclaim it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand it from both sides of like, there's a lot of people who don't want to believe that because there's people who like to take advantage. Granted, it's a double-edged sword. So.
right.
That's bad.
Having DID with this discussion, having DID is a struggle due to the fact that one, like you said, people don't understand it. Two, it's just that at any time of the day, you switch.
Yeah.
So the person that you're close with, or the person you're talking to, is thinking that you're talking to them, that they're talking to you, but all in reality, they're over here talking to a whole different.
Yeah, a whole different person from the system. Yeah,
Yeah.
I follow a person on TikTok who has the disorder, and it's really interesting and fascinating in a psychological way. I don't know why when I first started community college, like when I started doing taking psych classes, that was always very interesting to me, of like always curious about how the brain works, how we work, how like our mental capacity works and everything, like when it comes to doing tasks and stuff. So, and especially with DID too.
It's just smart. I like the movie because I like the show due to the fact that it brings up that subject and it helps give people a better note of it,
Perspective. Yeah.
better perspective of the thing. But it's not like the movie altogether where you see your other self inside a fucking mirror or something like that.
No, but it has been reported that will happen. But however, also you got to look at it from a cinematic standpoint. How else are you going to show that he has multiple personalities other than just having him switch?
I mean, that is true. That's basically most
That's
of the
like one of the
movies
easier way. Yeah, that's one of the easier ways to kind of prove that. Yeah, they're all fighting for attention, basically.
What was the movie
like a
like
different
from
way, like,
Shyamalan? The one that I can't remember what the actor's name, but the one who had
Split?
like the multiple personalities from
Split.
Shyamalan.
Yeah,
That was
that's what I was
Split.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, Split
Like-
was a really good example of him just switching.
Like
Yeah.
each one.
A lot
has,
of
like,
people were
different
mad with that movie. A lot of people were mad with that movie because it showed.
It didn't do justice to what everybody wanted it to do. Like, if we're being honest, like pushing aside from it being a disorder, people wanted it to be more than what it was. Granted,
Yeah.
I mean, it did show.
This ain't Burger
It did
King,
show in a
yeah.
good way to how like each alter ego switched and stuff from the system. So
Right.
This is my spiciest take, but like, this ain't Burger King. You can't have it every way you want it.
Exactly.
Either have it as it is, or you fuck off.
Mhm. I will say this: Glass ultimately did ruin. I still enjoy Glass. I think Glass is okay for the first like half. Whenever it starts to like wrap up its finale, though, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like it as much.
I didn't even like it. I thought it was.
Oh no, the
thought it
ending
was
is bullshit. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But other than that, yeah.
They killed the guy, bro. They killed the.
Yeah, they
superhero?
killed David Dunn. And I'm like, why? Why do you kill him? Like, that makes no sense, man. Like, I understand killing Glass. I understand killing the Beast. Like, I understand all that. That's fine. But, you know,
Beast
like...
made Split pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah,
But-
Beast made Split
But it's
very
like-
interesting.
All the personalities within, I forget, was this core personality named Patrick? I always forget that.
I
sometimes.
forget what his core personality
Getting
name was,
back
but
to
yeah.
Moon
But yeah,
Knight and
it's
stuff.
just
Yeah,
interesting 'cause,
getting
like,
back to
each
Moon Knight.
personality has different cool attributes.
Yeah.
I liked how they incorporated the Scarab. I thought that was
Mhm.
very creative. I don't know a lot about the comics that much. I know a little bit about it, but I love that they're incorporating a lot of like
Egyptian
just
mythology.
Egypt stuff. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want more of that. As much as we had, as much as you're gonna hate what I'm about to say, I loved, Scorpion King and like the Mummy 2, and then like, so on and so on. And I love that because you got to at least, whether that it was made up or just a kind of like a mythology legend, you got to see a little bit of a different culture and in in Egypt and stuff. So I want to I wish we had more movies like that, whether that be just another mummy movie, but like a little bit different from different mythology or different story during that time and stuff.
Right.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a Cleopatra movie or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing
I
that
mean,
either.
there's other Marvel hero characters that have to do with ancient Egypt. There's Horus and
Isn't Horus one of the gods, though?
Yeah,
in a way, yes, actually, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. He's the son to
No,
the
he's
son of the main god,
think he's
the
like-
main god of the Egyptian.
I forgot what
In the Egyptian
I
pantheon.
forgot what domain he is, basically.
I thought Horus was like knowledge.
I think that's also Thoth.
Ta, I'm thinking
I would
Ta.
have to ask somebody who practices that religion.
Exactly. Or at least studies Egyptian mythology. No, I agree. Anyways, you guys ready? Any more thoughts, comments, concerns on Moon Knight episode 2?
It was good. I liked it.
I agreed.
Liked it. I'm excited for the next episode soon. So
Me too. Yeah. What'd you say, Joe?
So he kind of he is part of the Avengers team at one point, but not yet.
The Midnight Suns, yeah. I think that's what they're setting up next, is because I know Doctor Strange is part of it. I know Blade is, which they have kind of set up. Ghost Rider is too. I wouldn't mind a cameo from Nick Cage as Ghost Rider. At least that would be nice.
Or Diego.
Wait, has Blade came out yet, or it hasn't came out yet?
He's been teased at the end of Eternals.
It's being played by the guy who was Cotton Milk in the Cage show.
Yeah, which is
because I was wondering when they were gonna announce.
No, Blade's been announced. No, it's not gonna be a show. It's gonna be a full-on movie.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They bring back.
I was wondering when it was gonna come out because I know they announced it when they had the whole, map and stuff, the timeline map and whatnot. But
hold on one second.
I was like, well,
continue to go. You guys can keep talking.
Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to just ask the come out with the release date of like when the movie was gonna come out. So
yeah, an Almighty.
Oh, hey, yo, we have a guest. Oh my God, could it be? Could it be
the man, the myth, the legend,
the dumbass himself, the fucking jackass? Oh my God, is it? Is it
Lord in the flesh?
Exactly. What's up, Primbridge? Hey, buddy, how you been? How you been?
I don't know how long this shit has been. Why is the radio on? Okay. Sorry, I'm going home from my parents' house. I just finished watching Grown Ups for the first time. I had some culture in my body, boys.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is good luck getting through the second movie. That's
the second movie's not that bad. It's okay.
Don't even worry. I'm not gonna watch it. No, I'm joking.
There's some entertaining shit towards the end, but that's about it.
Also, it's opinion time.
It is opinion time.
Somebody make this into a fucking musical because Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was fucking awesome. But
just the air horns coming out.
Wait for it.
Explosion!
The Russian cabin was funny. It was quirky.
Wow.
That was that was Siberian. Yeah, you mean the Siberian? Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, the Siberian. You know what? Siberian, Russian, Slavic, same thing. Fucking.
Fair enough.
That makes me sound like really culturally insensitive and good. It's fun.
No, it's fine. They were all part of Russia at some point. So
yeah, they're all part of it. Also, my mic quality will probably significantly increase. I had to mentally evaluate if I said the word significantly correctly because I'm fucking dyslexic and ADHD as fuck.
You're not the only one.
I'm about 10, maybe like 12.
You're all fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
I'm about like 12 minutes out from my house, so if I randomly start sounding like I'm in a professional recording studio and or on Joe Rogan's podcast, probably because I'm on my better mic.
Damn. Holy shit.
I got the Shure SM7B, which is the same mic that they use. It's also the same mic that Michael Jackson used to record his music, yada, yada, yada. A lot of people use this mic. It's very popular. Anyway, so Sonic 2 was really good, but I would re-edit it. And I would re-edit out the entire wedding!
Okay, here's the thing, Seth. You may hate me for this. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Here it comes.
It was actually genuinely kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It was genuinely funny to me. The whole wedding thing.
It was funny, but for a solid like 20 minutes, we just didn't see Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even about him anymore. It was just another chicklet. It was just
listen. They had to
do something with the human characters.
They had to figure out how to put him in the first place.
Yeah.
It would have made like 10 times more sense if they had just fucking kidnapped Sonic and then they just immediately transitioned into them getting broken out.
Yeah.
And shit. It would have made so much more sense. But now I will admit
Tails getting captured.
There was some funny stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I was watching a Sonic movie.
I did too, but that's the thing I like the characters enough. I used to not really like the human characters. I'm like, okay, they're kind of cliche, but the sister really got funny for me in this movie. I don't know what it was. She was genuinely hilarious. Yeah, I was laughing my ass off.
I haven't seen it yet, but like I could tell in the trailers that she was gonna go off on his ass.
Oh yeah. What were you saying, Joe?
It was Mecha Brooke, Supergirl.
And why in the hell would you not tell me before that I started talking about the movie that you haven't seen the movie yet?
I have seen the movie. I saw it last night.
No, he's talking about me.
Oh, he's talking about me. Lewis, okay.
I haven't seen the movie either.
Well, we're keeping it vague on
so many
spoilers.
movies.
Hey, so we're keeping it vague on spoilers just in case any of our viewers haven't seen it.
Fuck that! I was gonna straight up talk about the big thing at the end of the credits.
Hold on, before the movie even happened and I saw the trailer, I'm like, I already know what the surprise is. I called it out, and Joe even told me about it. It was like, he's like, Lewis, you hit the nail on the target. I'm like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I know who they were bringing out.
All right. Well, even though he's probably already confirmed it for you, I want to confirm it just to see if you actually did predict it. What did you predict that they were going to show in the movie?
They were going to fucking tease Shadow. They were going to tease either Shadow, Amy.
They fucking did, and it was awesome. I'm so happy because Shadow is the most badass character in Sonic history. You can't change my mind. And Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to be dark as fuck. And not just because Shadow is black. It's gonna be fucked up because Shadow has the most fucked up origin story.
Seth,
all right,
here was my list. I was like, it's either gonna be obviously Shadow, Amy, or just to kind of like throw you off, and instead of having Amy, having Sally. Having Sally would have been a badass twist.
Oh man,
Sally being introduced instead of Amy.
Now, what I think is interesting is that as soon as I saw that the fucking cryopod lifting up out of the ground in the post-credit scene. Yeah, spoiler alert for anybody out here. I give my spoiler alerts after I've already spoiled it.
That's Seth for you.
Because Seth is a dickhead.
All dickheads.
Because I'm a fuckhead, but that's okay. I got bored. So fucking.
The man, the myth, legend is finally back on the podcast, and shit's running wild.
Holy shit, my internet connection just died.
Yeah.
All died already.
But anyways,
this is why you need to be in the podcast more, Seth.
Yeah, this is exactly why you should be in there more. But anyways,
this is exactly why I should probably be at my computer instead of driving, because my fucking internet just killed itself. I didn't hear the past like 5 minutes.
For the love of God, don't fucking crash! I swear to God.
Oh shit! No, I'm joking.
I'm dying right now.
Anyway, my thing is that like as soon as I saw the cryopod reaching up out of the ground and I saw the shoes, I was just like, oh my fucking God, there's no way we're gonna see a black hedgehog commit some hate crimes. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Imagine
Eggman is gonna get his ass beat by 2 hedgehogs this time.
No, dude, imagine if they pull it like from like the PlayStation 2 era of Shadow.
When he
pulls out a fucking gun.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we're just gonna let's just ignore the fact that in the Shadow the Hedgehog game, I played it on GameCube. Let's just ignore the fact that he had a fucking he had a fucking MP5 and he had a like a USB 45 with a silencer and a sniper scope for some reason.
And you were shooting the cops essentially.
You were literally just out here. You were literally just out here. You're literally just doing out here role playing Chicago.
Just GTA, but Sonic Shadow version. Grand Theft Shadow.
Essentially, Shadow the Hedgehog was just Chicago simulator.
We should really watching what we say about shit like that, guys. Come on.
One black guy that's incredibly overpowered shooting
Oh
cops.
my God, Sam, no!
Said no. All right,
It's
so
too late for that, but I didn't say the N-word, so you're fine.
okay.
No,
So that's good. All right, so we're gonna
Holy
chill
fuck.
for a little bit. So okay, so Seth, aside from Sonic, with the topic that we were on, what did you think of the latest episode of Moon Knight?
Moon Knight's out?
Yeah, it's been out for 2 weeks.
It's been out. There's episode 2.
Oh, I haven't paid for Disney Plus in that time.
It's okay.
Okay.
We'll mooch off of Christians.
Not everybody can mooch off of mine, but yeah, Seth, if
Probably
you
because
want, you can mooch off of mine.
You're
I
having
think
me
Christian
like.
was mooching off of me at one point.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
It's not that it's my own. It's just that it's my sister's.
I
Joke's on
borrow
you, I'm
Teddy's
mooching off of
Netflix.
myself.
Yeah, I borrow Teddy's Netflix. A lot of people borrow off of my HBO Max. A shit ton of people borrow off my Voodoo. Yeah, my Voodoo account. Yeah,
Your Voodoo and Hulu.
What else do you have?
Voodoo.
on
No,
your
not
Voodoo?
really my Hulu. I don't really use my Hulu all that often. I leech off Arc. But he hasn't paid his yet.
We haven't. I don't think any of us ever.
I have a Hulu account.
Yeah.
My cousin lets me use his HBO Max. I've got Christian's Voodoo. I've got my mom's Netflix. I have my ex-girlfriend from the 8th grade's Hulu.
What? And she hasn't noticed you've been on that?
Yeah. Also, she hasn't paid for it in like fuck knows how long, and it still works.
What? Are you serious?
Probably don't care.
I wish I was fucking making this up. I also have free Spotify Premium, which was an accident. I typed in the wrong fucking credit card by 2 digits. I fucked up the expiration date because I'm dyslexic.
There's something wrong with that.
And then
And then
9 months ago is when this happened, by the way. And now I have free Spotify.
Hey,
So-
there you go.
I didn't.
You're basically,
No money
like-
came out of my pocket.
See,
happens.
real life is perfectly balanced.
Mhm.
Real life is perfectly balanced. I type in one wrong number on my phone number, and all of a sudden I'm talking to an abortion agency.
all right, Seth.
Oh, all right.
Jesus
You need to fucking chill, my
Hey,
guy.
Seth.
That's
Seth,
hilarious,
you're
but you need
here
to
and
chill.
we're
Yeah,
right
you're
here.
up here. We need you down here.
Hold on. Listen up. Listen. I've been watching a lot of Jimmy Carr lately. If he can get away with it, so can I.
Fair enough.
Lamar.
Fair enough.
The only
I like
difference
Jimmy
between
Carr.
me and Jimmy Carr is that he's British, which is awesome. And then there's fucking, oh my god, this fucking queer. I was about to fucking crash. Oh my god.
Seth, you need to fucking chill, bro. Remember, we are live.
That's
Like,
like,
you and I
Sorry,
know what's the show.
I'm sorry, that was a reflex. I didn't.
Seth,
Not
you don't want us to be a part of your witness after your car crash, bro. Holy shit.
No, I'm not worried about him crashing. I'm worried about him getting us fucking canceled is what I'm worried about. But yeah.
Hey, don't even
He's
worry about it.
helping-
Christian,
He's helping us do like.
Christian, don't even worry about it. Twitch is gonna look at the fact that you have 50 subs, and they're gonna be like, "Okay, he's
I'm on
Anymore,
YouTube,
bud.
jackass.
We're on YouTube.
We're on
I'm gonna look
YouTube
at
now.
We should
They're
have
gonna
like Snoda uncensored.
We're trying to get people to actually like us, okay?
For the love of God, do not put me on Snowda Uncensored. It will get really, really bad very, very quickly.
Trust me, we won't.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
assuming we will probably. I mean, here's the thing: we're mostly uncensored. We just avoid politics. That's all. That's
And
the
we're
only
like-
thing we do.
Rachel, too.
Evolutionism versus creationism.
Racial
I mean, I
leads into politicals in some ways nowadays, but yeah.
got
Well, I
all
don't think
this
there's
shit.
anything wrong with like making a joke about like politics or making a joke about abortions. For
No,
example,
making
I
a
paid
joke
for an
about it is fine, but
It's
like,
got a whole lot of people sensitive about it.
Yeah.
We're building.
I mean,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if I got a girl pregnant, I'd pay for the abortion.
fair enough.
Just kidding. I got you. No, I won't.
All right, on to our next topic before we get canceled.
Anyway,
Next topic before-
Moving on. Moving on. Our
on.
next topic is EA is looking
For
at
love of
a
God.
early 2023 release date for their Dead Space remake.
They also talked about.
Oh my
I think it could actually work. It's gonna bring it back to life. The streamers and YouTubers are gonna bring that fucking game back to life.
Probably.
Because
Yeah.
once after that, like whether if they have DLC plans or not, once after that wave hits, everybody's gonna want to play the old games.
You're not wrong. Whether it
That is
succeeds or
true.
fails, everybody's going to want to play the old
Dead
games.
Space free.
Because of because of how bad the killings are, the brutal killings.
Especially if you die.
Achievements. A lot of
The
people
reach
went for
rate.
the achievements.
Wait,
Because
which
the
brutal
Easter eggs-
killings are you talking about? Columbine or Dead Space 3?
Oh my god!
You better be making another company.
Okay, I'll give you. Here's the thing. I'll give you this. At least you said Columbine and not Sadie Hook. So.
Oh my. Hold on.
At least you didn't say VTech.
I forgot.
Oh,
Sadie
wait,
Hook.
that's
Nobody
gonna
else.
worse.
I'm just gonna.
That's what I'm
just
saying.
gonna-
Like, yeah. Let's. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought up Sadie Hook. Sadie Hook was a tragedy. Columbine was a tragedy.
Sadie Hook-
However, Columbine
Wait,
is a
hold on.
lot less far recent. So.
I'm just gonna stay like this for quite a while.
Let me say something for real. This is 100% legit. I'm not trying to fuck with anybody. I do agree that Sandy Hook was a tragedy. Can you explain for some of the people in the back of the Home Depot parking lot that don't understand what Sadie Hook is? Because I know, but they don't.
Sadie Hook was an elementary school shooting, and basically this guy, I think he was primarily going there to kill his mother, but
Fuck.
he ended
he
up
was-
killing a whole bunch of people. Yeah, including
There's
his
also
mother.
Fort-
He achieved his goal. Mission achieved. But yeah, no,
There's
it
also
was.
Fort Hood. with
I'm starting to
people
think
who
that
migrate.
if because here's the real thing about school shootings. They're killing kids.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah, nobody needs to be killing kids.
Because
Yeah.
we're the ones causing the problems. You would be a
No.
hero at your school if you did that.
You'd be a fucking maniac. Actually, there's a lot of good teachers out there, but like everybody's got their least favorite teacher, but that can always be somebody's
Everybody's got
favorite.
their issues. Everybody's got their problems at home.
The reason why they're killing kids is because kids are inherently assholes. I should know. I was a former kid. And also,
all were.
online bullying is terrible.
It's bad, and it's worse
bad.
because new
It's getting worse.
technology is giving, just having to come up with better ways of being air quotations creative.
But anyways, back onto our main topic. Before we got real serious there. So the Dead Space remake, I think it's not a bad idea. However, I have such a
EA.
distaste for EA as a whole.
Battlefield
I don't
2042.
trust it.
Listen,
Not even that. It's just EA as a whole.
EA's been known to, mess up every single game that they've come out with ever since. And at this point, it's like, are we really surprised? Are we really surprised? So I wouldn't even be surprised if there is a bunch of fucking DLC and other stuff that's gonna come out with Dead Space's new remastered.
Yeah.
So not bad of us, but it's just gonna be extra DLC.
Yeah, as a whole, I feel like they should have stuck to the whole sports narrative, the whole sports thing with them instead of going
Well,
towards.
here's the thing about EA is that is their
They
bread and
ruined
butter.
that too.
That's their own original games, and they ended up running that into the ground too. I'm not going to deny that, but here's the thing about it is they also would buy up companies, and then if they made a game really well, then they're like, oh, cool. And then as soon as they're working on a sequel, EA would stick their fingers in it, and then it would do terribly. And they're like, all right, well, y'all's department's disbanded.
Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning.
Yep.
Warhammer Age of Sigmar MMO that I really liked.
Yeah.
Because you could play as
happens.
not just the good guys, but also the bad guys like Greenskins, Chaos.
Creator of Dead Space, though.
I forget
Visceral
which
Games.
original friend. What's up, Visceral Games?
They came up. They developed Dead Space games and also did Battlefield Hardline for Battlefield players
Oh,
out
okay.
there.
I was not a big fan of Hardline. I hated Hardline.
Yeah, Cops and Robbers.
Hardline
It was
only
its
good
own
game
different
was Dead
IP.
Space due to the fact of how well that game did.
I don't remember it doing all that well. I remember a lot of people shitting on Hardline.
I really want to get.
Yeah, Cops
I
and
really want
Robbers.
to play through the Dead Space games again because.
Mhm.
Oh, also, hello, Joe Rogan, Mike. So I really want to get the old Dead Space games again because I want to experience them because I never played the first one. I never played the second one. I literally went straight to the third one, and I fucking hated it because that game was garbage.
Right.
But only because like it was bad.
I got all
let's
3 of them.
let's be real. Number 3 was badass, but
I'll be right back.
the story was just so bad.
Plus, they kind of went from like the Mechamorphs, like the Unitology guys, from like horror to action. Last bits of the game.
Yeah, especially with the big boss at the end of the game, which was.
And we never got a 4th game that kind of go with it.
Seth, do you have your camera ready or no?
I do have my camera ready. You want to look at me?
Yep.
We're not. We don't deserve to be in bear witness to his.
It's time. It's time again.
Okay, hold
It's
on.
time.
Christian, I gotta do that annoying thing that I did for my podcast. Hold on.
Oh dear God.
He's gonna be shirtless and rock his long flowing mane of hair.
Can't do that. It's TOS.
US.
Terms of
Only if you do
service.
the hot tub. Only if you do the hot tub shit.
Until I meet.
Whenever
whenever
he started like screaming and stuff that I said joking about him crashing, you need to put a sound effect of him like crashing.
If I ever do a stream edit, I absolutely will. Yeah.
You need to.
I need to
told
finish
you
up the
guys
Among
that
Us
you
one
need to
too.
start-
Yeah, you know,
Christian,
do stream highlights as well as,
you can already.
Stream highlights is good.
What's up?
and also uncut.
Can you already tell what I did before I even turn on my camera?
Yes,
No.
I know what you did. You set up a fucking soundboard.
No, this isn't a soundboard. Go back a little bit further.
Uh
It's gonna pop out his teeth.
Shit.
Go back a little bit further, bitch.
I'm
Go back a little
blanking.
bit fucking
Oh,
further
you
than
fucking
that.
jackass! God damn it! Fuck off! Take off the goddamn mask, man. Like the prim bridge thing.
Actually, it's
Is,
an airsoft mask you could get.
it is an airsoft mask. That's the whole
Actually,
point.
you know what? I have
Airsoft
one of
mask.
those.
I have the helmet that goes with it somewhere.
If you want to wear the helmet, then go ahead. But I know that you get
I
hot
got
and sweaty in
myself,
that.
For
I got myself
Halloween-
a face
For
mask.
Halloween, we need to dress up.
Yeah,
For
we're definitely gonna
Halloween,
dress up on Halloween. Yeah,
Dress up as me.
You're like Dyed Hardman from
we're just gonna
Hold
dress up
on,
as
I
whatever
don't-
character.
Hold on. I don't do dress up. I'm sorry, I don't do dress up. I'll be the only one in regular clothes on Halloween. I don't do dress ups.
That's okay.
Is Halloween even on a Saturday this year?
I don't know. I would have to. We would have to look
Let
at
me
the calendar
check
for
real
Halloween.
quick. Yeah.
I
Any
think
more
it
thoughts,
might-
comments, concerns on Dead Space remake?
I think
Everybody's gonna play the
lucky
shit
yeah,
out of
that's
it.
all I'm gonna
Like,
say.
is gonna play the shit out of the remastered and the old games. So
I think the fact that it got the fact that
Oh, yeah,
it got
level 25.
the fact that it got announced, they're going to immediately hate it before the game even got released or before anything was even shown for it.
every
Everybody
single
already-
every single streamer, big or small, is gonna jump on it.
Oh, instantly, yeah.
I'm not. Fuck that. I've got other games to play. I've got all
Elden
four of
Ring.
the Arkham games, No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous, Subnautica Below Zero, Doom Eternal, which I've already
So-
played. I'm not going to do a YouTube video.
Elden
for that.
Ring.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Elden
Is I'm
Ring.
gonna show you guys something very
I'm still
important.
waiting for Cuphead.
Oh god.
This man.
Do you want me to destroy everything that you see around you?
No.
No, don't do that.
I will not be touching Cuphead with a 50-foot spear. Alright?
I'm still waiting for the DLC. So
Yeah, I
Christians
actually did get
for
the
the
DLC. I need to play it, but because I started
No,
like
the
15 different
no, the
games.
DLC is not even out yet.
No, I'm saying I still need to play Cuphead.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still need to play
Yeah.
baseline
No,
Cuphead.
I
Yeah.
Still need to finish the game before I buy the DLC.
Yeah.
Watch
I
the
will
show,
donate
Brief.
$50 to your fucking stream if you play Cuphead. And if you break a controller, I will give you $100 on stream.
He would do it. He would
I
do
wouldn't
it.
break a controller for $100, but if you can give me $50 to stream it, I'll do it.
Yeah, controllers
The
are only
controllers are not
$50.
even like $50 anymore. They're like fucking 100.
They're 74.
Yeah.
If you're-
Brand
if
new
you're like-
PS5 controllers. Those are $74.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're like Christian and you were lucky enough to get a PS fucking 5, fucking prick.
To be fair, okay. So to be fair, I forgot that I didn't mention this last podcast. So to be fair, here's
To be
what
fair.
happened. I went into the GameStop. I expected to not get anything as I was walking out. I was actually waiting. I was going to be waiting to get a Series X from Walmart, right?
And then he saw the PS5.
No, I didn't see it. They actually had it put up, and I was like, I just asked them, like, hey, I know you guys have some Series S's. Do you have any Series X's? And they're like, no, we don't. And they said, but we do have one last PS5. I'm like,
immediately,
bro,
damn.
And like they're like, well, we have this deal that we're marketing, which comes with 2 games and an extra red controller. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't need that because those 2 games I don't give a shit about. I don't care about Gran Turismo, and I don't care about Horizon. I don't care about Horizon. I just don't. They're not my style. I haven't played them. Yeah, I know it's not bad. I'm just saying, like, they're not my game.
My dad loves them.
I still recommend Horizon. Not even gonna lie.
Well, yeah, I know everybody recommends it. Yeah,
and I'm an Xbox player.
Yeah,
and I know that Horizon's fucking good and worth it.
It's terrible storytelling.
I've never owned an Xbox Series X or whatever. I've never played any of the Forza games or the Horizon games, but I played one time.
We're talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, the PlayStation game. Yeah.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is fucking awesome. The new one just
worth it,
and it's not gonna get released on PC port for at least another 3 years, which is fucking bullshit.
Anything of God of War Ragnarok.
Well, obviously that, but no, like, so the thing is so what I ended up doing. This is how I did it, right? I legitimately, because I'm a GameStop Pro member, they're like, hey, you get like an additional 20% off with this. I'm like, oh, fantastic. And they're like, yeah, actually, if you trade your PS4 in, we'll give you some money towards the PS5. And I'm like, that's not bad. Now, granted, did I have to pay like an additional $16 to get a charging cord and an HDMI cable? Yeah. But, that's like $16 compared to where I could have spent upwards of $800 getting the charging station and the game that I got with it. But I only ended up paying $666, a little over that. So like a couple change, so that and some change. But what it also came with is they had a secondary deal where you can get a year of PlayStation Plus and 2 gift cards that add up to $175 in PlayStation Store money. So I'm just saying that was a hell of a steal, and I'm glad I did it.
I'm still once I have enough money and I'm working, I'm gonna fucking buy the exclusive limited edition fucking Switch from limited edition Switch for Animal Crossing and fucking no lifing Animal Crossing.
You don't have to answer my question.
Don't get me wrong. I think limited editions are cool, but why spend so much on them?
Especially whenever you can get like a skin for it.
I mean, I had a limited edition like DS. I have it in my room. It's like a Yoshi XL DS, and I love that thing.
I still have my Nintendo 3DS XL somewhere in my fucking room.
I think I still have a Game Boy Advance SP.
I think I still have a Game Boy Advance SP as well somewhere.
Plus, I love Animal Crossing, so I mean, that's my.
Yeah, not gonna anything bad about Animal Crossing.
To me, it's worth it.
That's the only game I have on my Switch. I need to get more games, honestly.
I just want to see a Doom crossover, like costume or something.
Yeah.
You and everyone else on
Rip and Terran.
Yeah. With friends.
And bear until the rent.
And hey, Tom Nook.
Yeah. It's like
Tom Nook. Take my bells.
Rip and tear. That's exactly how it'll go. It'd just be like rip and tear.
You're fucking expensive bullshit.
Oh yeah, I found out I've actually been able to do the Mortal Kombat announcer a little bit as well. Like I found another impression I can do where it's like Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Round 1.
Seth wins automatically.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Only because I look like a Mortal Kombat character right about now.
No, I'm just saying, with the way you are, you'd win without even having to lift a finger.
I would just look at him.
Pick number 3, my lord. Pick number 3.
Like one of these days, we ought to just have a Snodacast where we're just all in one room.
Oh, I can't wait till we do that. That would be great.
I might, if everybody ever gets together, like around Father's Day, I could definitely.
That's going to be hard because I'm most likely going to be working. But yeah, if we can find a room that has decent internet connection, get the setup going, that's fine by me. I don't care.
Involved, and there'll be all kinds of dumb shit.
I'm excited for when we have charity streams.
Parody streams.
All the challenges.
Oh yeah.
All the challenges that I'm gonna be having like in my head wrapped up to torture everybody, including myself.
I tell you one that I
great.
really want to do is I want all of us to get together and I want us all to watch a movie and do a commentary. That's what I want to do.
Microwave Society.
Like Microwave
Yeah, on a
Society,
public
like
stream
Jay
because you will
Longbone.
get DMCA'd, you get warnings and bans from Twitch for doing stuff like that.
Well, no,
As
you can
cool
do
as
a
it would
live
be.
stream of that as long as it's like you got like its own separate background that you can put
Unless
like.
you have the cameras point towards you, you can still watch the movie as long
Well,
as you
and
don't
here's
have
the thing: is it wouldn't be a live stream; it would be an edited thing. But I would love to do that.
Pokemon
Yeah,
or
like
one
I
did.
would do an edited version of it, like where it like cuts in on like our little Discord
probably
pictures
do
and
that.
everything else like that.
I'd probably do something like that where I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and then I just cut out the entire wedding scene. Except for like 2 or 3 spots where they're not like
Yeah, Reno gonna get your ass, bitch.
I literally made a song on my phone that just is called Consume Randall. Don't ask why.
Consume Randall.
My thing is, if we do have a charity stream
Mhm.
and we host it over here, I'm gonna fucking rent out a dunk tank. We're having a fucking dunk tank.
That's a good idea.
Don't
That's
even
an
ask why.
amazing- You know what? That right there, that idea right there warrants me demasking myself. Hold on.
Yeah, that it does. I figured it would.
Surprise.
Oh my god, it's uglier. No, I'm kidding.
God damn, I wasn't expecting that.
Hello.
Sexy man.
Oh dear god. Oh dear god, it's worse than Vader when he took off his mask. Oh my god.
I will steal your PlayStation 5 and I will beat you with it.
Well, the fact that I got more of a beard now than you, that's crazy. I got so
only-
used to.
Shit.
How
Yeah.
heavy is
There's
the
one reason for
PS5?
that.
There was one reason for that. I was trying to trim it today,
That was where your problem and lied. You tried to trim it.
and I fucking slipped with the razor.
Yep.
Drop
Bro,
this up.
I can't tell you how many times I've tried
to.
to shape this, and I end up going too far down, and I'm like, fuck it, I gotta shave it off.
I'm gonna just let you know from me trimming it when I have it long.
Mhm.
You have to be like very precise. I'm not gonna lie. I have to literally use an electric razor, and then after that, use an actual solid razor. So it's
Yeah.
like you have to
Use
go
electric
back. and forth.
razor sometimes, and then I just
But it's worth
I
it.
usually
It's
use a,
100%
I
worth it
use-
if you know how to
yeah.
if you know how to trim.
I use an electric razor to trim, and then to like get a cleaner shave, I use a regular razor. That's where I have to be like really careful with it. But yeah, that's how I do anything. I mean,
background
granted,
noise.
not like I have much. Like most of mine is down here, and then of course this chin.
No,
But it is
have to-
long. I
have
haven't
to
shaved since I've
clear-
been here.
I have to clear my under chin because it gets bad.
Oh yeah, right
It doesn't
around the
look
neck. Yeah, it gets really bad.
When it comes out with me, I just use it. I just use just razor it just to trim it. A razor it off to trim it. That's it. That's all I do
I'm
for
pretty
it.
good
Yeah,
at
but you're kind of
eyeballing it,
doing.
too.
You're mostly just like shaving off the top end. You don't let the pat like you don't let right here go in. You just kind of shave it all the way down. I used to do that actually. I used to have just a solid check mark.
You can't really tell from the screen, but there's a lot of patch area.
Yeah.
That needs to
You can
fill
tell
in.
on mine. You can see right here.
Yeah, I have patchy too. I mean, that like slowly through time it'll fill in because
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen it fill in.
Bro, this took since high school. This has been going on since high school.
I can't remember what episode of the podcast, but there's an episode where I like let myself fully grow everything out. I can't remember. I think it was like when I like was at my friend's house at the time. Like
I
you
think
can
so,
see
yeah.
like me like having like a full, and I look so fucking different. Like every time I look back, I'm like, that's actually me. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I remember
Like,
that.
I'm
That was
like,
like when we
bro,
first
what?
started, honestly. Yeah.
I
But
was like,
anyways,
what the
on to our
fuck?
next topic. We got way off topic. On to our next topic. There is official rumors going around that we are going to be getting a remake of Max Payne 1 and 2. I'm interested because honestly, Max Payne it's cliche, but it embraces the cliche. Like that's the
Yes.
whole point. It knows what it is and it just embraces it all. It's essentially a B movie game.
which is
I mean, I don't have any comments on it. I mean, Max Payne is Max Payne, so
it was originally developed by Remedy Entertainment, the folks that did Alan Wake, and before Rockstar eventually got the rights to Max Payne. I think it's a pretty damn cool thing.
Yeah, especially
I think
because Rockstar is going to be doing it. I think Rockstar can do Max Payne justice. Really, I do.
I
I mean,
think-
Max Payne 3 was alright.
I think it'll
Multiplayer
be.
was
I
unnecessary.
think it'll be a good game. I never got into Max Payne, so I mean,
Basically, like you're playing through a noir film with the first two.
Like I
And
said,
the
it's a
last
B movie though. It's essentially a B
Yeah.
movie.
But you got
Wait,
bullets
the
on
B
it and
movie
shit.
did slap though.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Is
You
it-
like
what is it? Isn't it,
jazz?
isn't it a
You have
security?
to
like,
hate
it's a
me. You
security
have
guard or
to
something
hate
like
me in
that?
order to be my friend. That's just how it is.
see, here's the thing. Imagine. See, I always thought that they were gonna come out with a B movie too. For some stupid reason, I always thought that there was gonna be a second movie just to kind
There's
of piss
no
people
plot
off.
in doing a second. Honestly, other than just to piss people off, there's no reason. All right,
What are we
but
going on?
we're talking about Max Payne. But honestly, he brought up B movie too, or he brought up B movie, and
Oh, it's because of actually like because that's what Max Payne is. That's all it really is.
it is a
It's
B
just
movie.
fucking-
But we're talking about the Jerry Seinfeld B movie, like the B
But
movie.
it's
Yes.
basically like a noir film in its setting, and
Yeah, you have bullet
Atmosphere.
time. It's pretty fucking cool. Like honestly, the thing is like the movie starts off fantastic with like the kind of cliched narration. It kind of gets the style down.
okay,
And then it
lost.
continues.
Are we talking about Max Payne, or are we talking about the B movie? What's
We're talking about the Max.
Yes.
Seth brought the B movie, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill him for it.
there was a Max Payne movie.
I know there was a
actually,
Max
but-
Payne movie. I'm saying it started off okay. Like it actually started off like, okay, cool. We're actually gonna probably embrace the games, and it's pretty entertaining. And then it just kept going. Like somewhere around the 30-minute mark is when it started going downhill.
But it was still a good game.
Oh no, it's still a good game. I'm just talking about the movie. The movie was not that great. And honestly, here's the thing: Mark Wahlberg is not a bad choice to play Max Payne. Yeah, he was a good choice. It's just the movie was ill-intended. You know, like they were dealing with drugs and demons, and it's like, huh? What?
That's not what it's about. I mean,
If
like
we
I
have
said,
enough,
Yeah, it's essentially a
Max has his
detective
own
noir.
inner demons, but
Christian, if we have enough time for a soda quick, I got one good soda quick that I had this week
Mhm.
for that I'm saving. That
Okay.
I think it's gonna be interested to hear.
We should have time. Anyways, on to our next topic, unless there's any more thoughts, comments, concerns on the Max Payne
I
1 and
think-
2 remake.
The whole thing with Max Payne is I think it's going to be since they're remaking it and as Rockstar, I
Mhm.
think it's going to come out. It's going to come out better than it was in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
there might be we might
They're
even
gonna
watch Max Payne
top-
title.
They're gonna
probably.
top whatever they did from that game from who knows how long it's been since they made it. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna blow the waters and everybody's gonna be playing it. So
Oh, yeah. No, I guarantee it.
It's a little interesting how they noted like it's not a remaster, but a remake where
Okay.
they're it's gonna be
Gallows,
like
you
Max
and Joe
Payne.
were talking at the same time,
Sorry.
so what were you trying to say,
That's my
Gallows?
fault.
I was trying to say that. What was I trying? I was trying to say that the fact of it that I don't think it's going to be a blow out the water type game. It's going to be more of a. It's a good game.
Right.
it's gonna I think it's gonna surpass its predecessor. I think they're gonna do so much with everything, just kind of like starting from scratch in a sense. Not really, but like just having a better foundation on graphics and everything that everybody else wanted from the game, from the first one.
Right.
I think people are, like I said, the same thing. I don't know why, but I started realizing that anything that has to do with remastered or new thing coming out, the streamers make the video, make the game popular.
Mhm.
Period. So like, people who love this game,
Mhm.
the most popular streamers are going to be playing it, and that's going to get more numbers and more people to buy it. So
Exactly.
same thing with like Kingdom Hearts as well. I'm pretty sure whenever they have a full release date on it, a bunch of streamers, 100%, all my timeline on Twitch is going to be Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts,
Wait,
or
probably.
back
you know,
back
whatever
up,
it is.
Back up. Kingdom
I was-
Hearts. What about Kingdom Hearts?
We're getting a
Kingdom
4th and
Hearts
5th game.
There's 2 games that they're releasing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was surprised that they were releasing 2. They were only releasing 1, Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts 4, but they released 2, dude.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I
Yeah,
was
Seth,
gonna-
that face you made
I
was literally like,
I was like, oh shit.
I did not know that.
I was gonna say
Yeah, they
it's like,
released it on Twitter.
I was gonna say it's interesting because like Rockstar said that it's not like a remaster, but like a remake, which means they might take like a modified version of like the Max Payne.
See, I'm surprised they're working on that because they're also working on the next GTA.
They are,
So it's
but
like
I'm pretty
kinda
sure it's a
surprising
different
to me.
group too. I'm pretty sure they're like, well, we can't just be working on
No,
GTA.
granted, yes, I understand that, but still, it's like
Mhm.
GTA is like a big
Wow.
fucking project.
No,
A
it
big
is.
fucking
It is.
I agree. Yeah. No, I 100%
as
agree.
much as Max Payne is going to be another big project, but GTA, like let alone for it being what like GTA 4 like took what like 4 years, 5 years for it to like fully like come out and be released, and let alone have like it completely. Joe left.
No, I
having-
accidentally moved him. My bad. Okay, Joe, to be fair, I am so
That was
sorry. I
totally
did that
not
by
an
accident.
accident.
It was 100% an accident. I'm sorry.
I
Put him in the Joe corner.
You have to consciously
I didn't
left
say no
click,
horny jail
hold,
shit.
and move him.
No,
There's
I
no
accidentally moved him to Showtime. That was my bad.
But like I was saying, like
What the fuck is that one even for?
Like,
in case we ever have like a live stream, or in case we ever have like a movie night or something.
Yeah.
like I feel like it's just a lot right now what Rockstar is doing. I feel like a lot of their resources are going to be on the next GTA game
You want
because
Oh,
the
yeah.
next GTA game has to top GTA 6 has to top GTA 5. No matter so many updates and so many add-ons, like even though that I got burned out of it, like this GTA has to top GTA 5 or else it's not going to survive.
Let me,
And
let me present you.
And let alone the RPG aspect too, because people like a bunch of streamers, and I don't know how much y'all are into or seen, but like a resurge of GTA 5 was the RPG aspect too, of like having custom servers and custom mods and having people having their own personalities and stuff, and interacting with other streamers and stuff. So that was another thing.
Here's something I would like to point out. And this is, I want to start this thing because I'm going to try to be on these a little bit more, hopefully from the start next time.
Right.
Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes are going to be out and released and bugged to hell, but they're going to be out and released, cut content and all, because nobody ever makes a finished game these days. I don't think it's possible to do that.
Okay.
If there's anybody that would, though, it would be Rockstar.
Right now it's Ruin Ring, or the new Dark Souls game, and Tiny
Elden
Tina.
Ring.
Elden
Those
Ring.
are Elden Ring. Sorry, Elden Ring and Tiny Tina are what everybody considers the first two games out of history for it to being fully complete, like completely like out. They're like, granted, Tiny Tina was probably have like DLC plan, but like it's a full game. Elden Ring and Tiny Tina are a full game, and that's all that anybody talks about is like, why doesn't like a bunch of other companies and studios do what those studios did? They did a very good job, and that's the reason why there's a lot of sales on both of those games right now.
My point is,
a question about Tiny Tina, by the way. We can get to that later.
My point is that Max Payne and Max Payne 2 are the remakes for those games are gonna come out before GTA 6 does. I'm calling it.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Yeah, they already said like maximum for GTA 6. They're gonna most likely be looking at maybe 2025.
It's gonna take a while. Like I understand that GTA needs to be taking a while, because if they don't top GTA, if GTA doesn't overtop GTA 5. Like, there's no point of fucking releasing it. Honestly, if they're like, granted, if there's gonna be bugs, but if there is stuff that they have yet to finish, I wouldn't even announce anything. I would just flat out just remove it. Like, just say we'll have it in 2024, 2023. Honestly,
because there was a thing where they said that there was a teaser that allegedly came out, but I don't think it was actually a teaser, because there are 6 different YouTube channels. I counted 6 YouTube channels that all have the same Rockstar logo, and they all have the same username, which just says Rockstar Games Studios. And
it doesn't have a check on it. It's not verified.
They all claim to be. Well, that's the thing. They all have verified.
They took away
because
the
YouTube is
verified
terrible
stuff.
about bots. Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube
They
is
took
terrible
away the
about bots, and they refuse to do anything to fix it.
Mhm.
You'll see it in the comments sections mostly.
There's like comment spam of saying,
Yeah, it's mostly just dumb shit.
yeah,
It's mostly just dumb shit like. It's mostly just dumb shit like, oh, this person is burning in hell because my content is better than his and shit like that. I've seen comments like that. Like, Jacksepticeye gets it a lot because he talked about his dad who passed away, and all of the content bots are all they're sex related. They all have pictures of some 16-year-old's ass, and it all says shit like, oh, Jacksepticeye's dad is burning in hell right now because my content is better than his. And it's just like, bro,
that is
who
like
the fuck are you?
Speckle.
Like, well, to backpack on you, like, if you haven't watched, I know a lot of people, like, with certain YouTubers or streamers that's not their taste, but Ludwig had an interview with the head of YouTube and, like, hit a bunch of the hard questions and some meme lord questions, obviously, because he's a streamer, but there is a lot. They talked about how they got rid of the verification. They talked about getting rid of the explanation of getting rid of, like, the dislike button as well too, and how, like,
they already did that.
Like she explained why they took it away and stuff, and like Ludwig was like, well, why don't you put a toggle on it? And she was like, well, there could be a problem about it because of how people are in a sense of like, well, Joe, hear me out. The reason why she said what she said was the fact of like, she felt like if she were to do a toggle, that's what Ludwig, suggested, is the viewers would kind of like pressure a bunch of the creators to be like, oh, you're being a pussy for toggling, for not having dislikes on, you're a pussy for not, like, having dislikes on in the first place. And I'm like, that does make sense of how the internet has evolved and stuff. And like, no matter who you are, you're gonna have that people, those people being like, you're not a real YouTuber if you don't have like the dislike button on or whatever, because there is gonna be creators who don't want to see that.
I would probably look at those people and I'd probably just reply and be like, okay, fuck your opinion. I don't care. Dislike my video.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. The most disliked videos are corporate shit. Like, look at it. 90% of it is like, okay, like the Ghostbusters trailer. That's one of the most disliked videos in history. The YouTube
baby song was the
still
most
won
disliked.
It was, and then so was YouTube Rewind 2018.
YouTube Rewind. She even talked about it in the interview.
One person
she talked
at a time,
about
please. My fucking head is starting to kill me, bro. Like,
I
one
get it,
person at a time, please.
I got it. Yeah, we need to. But anyways, we need to go on to our next topic. All right. So our next topic is, apparently, even though it is a false flag, there was rumors going around that Warner Brothers was having an emergency meeting and pausing all Ezra Miller projects due to the fact that they had been arrested in. Sorry, I'm going to use they them pronouns because Ezra Miller is they consider themselves non-binary, so I'm going to respect their decision to do that. I'm going to call them they them. Here's the thing, Seth. I don't like doing that.
No, don't even acknowledge me. Don't even acknowledge me. You will enable a conversation that will get you banned.
Just go for it. Just go for it and just move
Anyways,
on, okay?
So they apparently got arrested in Hawaii for repeatedly being asked to calm down, and they didn't. And so therefore, they had a disorderly conduct in a bar in Hawaii. And they got arrested. And now they're actually banned from Hawaii.
It happens. If you're, if you act like, I'm being honest, like, if you act childish, if you act stupid, if you let alcohol or whatever you're on,
well, here's the thing: is they clearly have some mental health issues, because this is not the first instance of them having outbursts in public. There's apparently a video going around of them almost choking one of their fans. They have spat on their fans. And also there's another, there's also an instance where they broke into someone else's house and threatened to burn them alive.
Yeah. I mean, if we're being honest, just common sense, you act stupid, you get treated like a stupid child. So
yeah, they have some issues, but here's the thing. It's nothing against them as an actor. I actually like Ezra Miller's Flash.
I like the character. It's a pretty decent version of the Flash, especially with the Snyder Cut. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Is it essentially trying to be a Spider-Man ripoff? Yeah, I'm not saying it isn't.
Flash already was.
Yeah, well, Flash already kind of was. Yeah,
fast.
He's just quippy. That's his thing. He is essentially Marvel's Spider. He is DC Spider-Man.
Very quirky.
Yeah. Well, no, the closest to DC Spider-Man would be Blue Beetle, but there's a lot of like snarky characters with DC.
And Blue Beetle is barely getting like introduced too. So
this is true, and I'm super pumped for that movie. By the way, Warner Brothers, I need the trailer like now.
I digress. The main point that I'm trying to say is like you act stupid, you're gonna get treated stupid. If you act like a child, you're gonna be treated like a child. If you have these certain problems, obviously, granted, we're all human,
right.
and we all should respect each other from, messing up as a human. I think that's the one thing that I feel like a lot of people like. Don't get me wrong, I love streamers, I love celebrities, but I don't treat them as anything higher. I always see him as a human and nothing more and nothing less. I don't like to put him on a pedestal. Same thing with when I'm trying to, be a personality in the internet. I don't try to see myself as something more popular, more with power. I always try to see myself, I'm a human. I'm going to have my mistakes. I'm going to have my flaws. I'm going to fuck up, and I'm going to have to pay for them if I fuck up and own up to my mistakes. I mean,
shit out of you for that. By the way, that is the best fucking shit I've heard all day.
Yeah, and that's
as much as I laugh about it, I'm being truthful. We gotta stop. I'm serious. We gotta stop putting celebrities, entertainers, and stuff in a high pedestal, and that's why a lot of most of them turn out the way they are. Is because people don't respect them enough. They don't respect them enough to point to where they're human. They're not human to a lot of people, and that's kind of sad for me. I treat everybody as a human. I don't see anybody yes, they make more money. Yes, they have a mansion or whatever. Who fucking cares? They're human.
Exactly.
They're human.
They are human.
At the end of
off of that, I think that you're right. You're right. You really are. And I think that's a very mature opinion, and you're amazing because of that. Now, Cardi fucking B.
Oh God!
No. No, we get on that. We're gonna be here all night.
We're going no damn.
Okay, so anyways, back onto the whole Ezra Miller during. Go ahead,
you
Gallows.
were wise to stop me.
Yes, Gallows, go ahead.
Go. With him and his mental state is that he should stop. They should take time off of making movies.
100% agree.
I agree. I think that they should go into rehab. I really do.
Honestly, I think
psychiatric help.
I think we neglect.
They should go see a therapist. They should go see somebody for their mental health. Due to the fact that if they don't, it's just going to get worse, and he can either end up in jail for a very long period of time and lose his career, like every certain actors have done before,
right?
Or he can get the help. And he can survive. He can make his career go up from where he's at right now.
No, I 100% agree. I think the thing is that if we're being honest, I think all of us has the capacity of not wanting. Well, especially because I know it on the male side. I'm not trying to be sexist, but it's more towards men. As if I'm gonna be honest, for a lot of men, we feel ashamed of going to therapy. I feel like. For therapy, for a lot of guys, I feel like it's more a masculine thing, kind of I'm not gonna, that I'm, feel like a less of a man if I go to therapy, which is kind of wrong in a sense. I still, guarantee, even though I'm speaking from the heart and from good advice and stuff, I've still yet to go to therapy, which I am trying to. It's very hard to kind of break those habits.
It really is expensive. That's the biggest problem.
You don't get the best therapist.
Also, that shouldn't be the excuse, but at the same time, I should be going to a therapist.
I think we all should.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm fucking.
Primarily
perfect.
Seth, by the way.
But all jokes, all
I've been attacked.
I've told you.
Seth, I've told you that you probably need therapy.
No, hold on. I feel like the meme of that fucking dude that's sitting on the ground in like the track shorts and the tank top and the sweatband.
Repeatedly.
No, and the cops are picking him up, and the caption just says, "I was." That's what that was. You fucking traitor.
One of these days, we'll be here in the Discord, be like, Seth, am I telling us what you're doing on
fucking Christian,
Reddit?
okay?
Hey,
Go ahead, Joe.
I blame Lewis for the fact that he brought it up, but yeah,
Seth
go
on
ahead,
Reddit
Joe.
Doing what he wants. It'll be like, Seth, am I telling me what you're doing in r/blank?
Don't even worry about it. I'm here for science reasons.
Look, what I'm trying to say is, like, we all have this whole perspective of, like, that we feel less, like, for a lot of guys, we feel less of a man for opening up about serious shit. Okay? Just the simple point is just that a lot of people feel less of a guy for having feelings, let alone from our, you know, I guess, like,
Seth,
our elders or, you know, our elders, predecessors telling us, like, you know, be a man, you know,
Don't
be
cry.
tough, and, you know, all these other, you know, extra things. But, you know, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to get help.
It's okay to cry.
It shouldn't be a thing to where, like, if you know that you're in a point in your life where you're using, whether that be alcohol, substance, or anything, or you know, you're having these problems, and you know you have these problems, but you're using, you know, alternate things to, like, kind of use to avoid going to get help, that shouldn't be always a thing.
Well, to be fair, so like a good example would be my father. So my father was probably, okay, granted, most military would probably be this way. It's like they clearly have something wrong with them that they need to probably have therapy, but they self-medicate with alcohol. Now, do some people do it over too much? Yes.
Yes.
But like my dad doesn't do it that much. He doesn't get drunk. Like he drinks and then he goes to sleep. That's his thing. Like he'll have 1 to 2 drinks, maybe a glass of he'll maybe have a glass of bourbon, or as he calls it, a med-tini, which is a really, really, really dry martini. You know,
About that.
that you know,
Drink whiskey, get drunk, play video games, go to bed,
yeah. But
and
no,
scream.
like
That's pretty much it. So it's just me sober.
yeah, he doesn't really get drunk though. So like he just self-medicates by that. Like that. That's his vice. Now, granted, he has stopped smoking, so I will give him that. But that used to be his other vice, was smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't have an addictive personality.
My main point is, you know, just
As I vape.
from this topic is just be responsible, and, you know, take care of your people, you know, and if you know that you're dealing with stuff, just please reach out to someone. It doesn't matter who it is, you know, as long as you trust them. You know, even if you don't want to go to therapy, at least find someone that you can talk to, and even if that's not enough, at least try to be brave enough to, you know, say, hey, you know what, I need to go talk to a therapist, talk to a professional, because at the end of the day, the only person who's screwing yourself over is yourself.
And playing yourself too.
I blame you. I'm sorry, me. Don't worry, me. It's okay.
Thanks, me. No problem, me.
No problem, me.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you know, I feel like a lot of us could, like, learn from this mistake of, like, you know,
oh yeah,
we're better than this. Like we're really.
No, I agree.
Number out there.
What were you saying,
Go ahead.
Gals?
I said put the suicide hotline out there since we're talking about mental fucking health.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's
no,
always like try to find the suicide hotline and everything else like that.
Because you know, alcohol and cigarettes or whatever you're into is not always going to be the thing that helps you. Like, as much as, like, as Christian race, but like, no, like, in a serious note, like, you know, that stuff at some point it just becomes routine, and it's not even helping. It's just increasing your stress and increasing your anxiety because you're already used to it. But
yeah. No, Seth, did you catch me, by the way? Did you see what I did?
I wasn't paying attention.
So I have my fingers like this while I was hitting my vape, right? So
Oh, I'm playing No Man's Sky right now, bro.
okay.
You can still play that.
I'm looking at cool shit. I was about to play VR too.
Yeah, he's too
It was
good
either
for
this
us.
or VR.
Is what it is. He's too good for he's too good for us. All right, so our next topic is we may have gotten the official name and title card for Seth's fucking eye. I don't know. Sorry for the Arkham Asylum series.
The Eye of Prometheus.
Oh, Arkham Asylum.
The Eye of Damascus.
You piqued my interest.
Yes.
Arkham
So
Asylum?
hold on, wait. Sorry. I gotta make this joke. The Eye of Damascus. That is yes.
Oh,
no.
you fuck. I remember that. We used to do that when we played Oh, okay. I know it's probably not a topic, but you and I need to have we need to just relay memory lane of whenever you and I started streaming together to these guys, because I think it would make. We have so many
hilarious.
stories.
Yeah.
The brainstem one is my favorite.
You need to join one of our Among Us streams, by the way.
I don't play Among Us.
I crashed the last one.
Yeah.
You need to
Did
play
you
with
know
us.
for April Fools? By the way, this is a random side note, as much as half of the conversations I bring up.
Mhm.
Did you know that April Fool's Day they had a fucking horse mode where you were literally a horse? But
I heard of that.
Your body was a horse, but your head was still the fucking crewmate thing. It was cursed as fuck. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in a video game.
There was a new update.
Listen. It was the most disgusting thing I've seen in a video game, and I've played Last of Us Part 2.
That shit was disgusting, I'll bet.
Oh shit! Oh,
Here's the thing. I'm not homophobic.
We never said anything.
There's a but coming along.
There's a but.
But that game was gay as fuck.
Oh, that was the whole point. Yeah.
Not because I'm homophobic towards Ellie being a lesbian. First off, she wasn't a fucking lesbian until the social justice warriors decided, what if she was gay? And then that just
She was a lesbian.
Anyway.
Let's just, bring it down.
The
Okay.
story was bad. The story was bad.
I
They
will
killed
agree.
There you
Joel,
go.
and then you just had
There
to
you go.
cope with it.
Yeah,
And then
pretty
you
much.
had to fight. And then you had to fight the man that killed her, or that killed him.
It's the reason why it sucked. If I'm being honest.
You also got
None
to
of the
play as the woman that killed him too. Yeah.
Christian also knows the character that killed Joel. It was a man. You can't change my mind. Anyway, I don't know about that one.
It's a
but
bodybuilder female, but yeah, no, I agree.
We're just gonna agree to disagree and say
What are you gonna
do?
We're gonna agree to disagree, and we're gonna move on from this conversation before I start sounding homophobic.
So,
as
anyways,
fuck.
we're talking about the Arkham Asylum series, right? Okay, so apparently we're going to be calling it the Arkham. Honestly, that's not a great title. I still think Arkham Asylum would have been fine. You could have called it that, but I will say this. The image is pretty cool because we got a black version and a white version, but the lettering is still purple. And I'm super pumped about that because that means, especially with the Barry Keoghan deleted scene that came out for him as Joker, honest to God, I think that I think it's going to be a secret Joker series. I don't know, but I would love an Arkham Asylum horror series.
Speaking on the Arkham stuff,
involved in this.
so if
Seth.
I don't know
Seth, what
how
do you
a
gotta say?
bunch of y'all, I don't know how a bunch of y'all know of the actress who played in Even Stevens, like the sister who played Even Stevens. I can't remember her name, the
Right.
actress or whatever. She also does the voice for Kim Possible.
Oh yeah, that chick.
She has a podcast, and she talked to the original voice actor for the animated series of the Batman. And
Kevin
he talked
Conroy or
about
Mark Hamill?
Yeah,
Which one?
Kevin Conroy.
Oh, Kevin Conroy. Yeah, that's cool.
And he talks about Arkham, and I highly recommend watching their podcast. They did a very good job. He talks about everything of how he got the role, why he got the role, and all this other stuff. And
Did you know that originally Tim Curry was going to be the Joker before Mark Hamill? Which would have been the fucking mindfuckery.
I haven't.
You did not realize that man went to Juilliard. He talked about in the podcast that he went to Juilliard. That man
Kevin
went to
Conroy.
Juilliard,
Yeah,
bro.
I knew that.
What's Juilliard?
Like I was like, what
It's
the
like
hell?
the prestige art school. It's like the Harvard of art schools.
It's like the art. It's like the preppiest art school possible. Like if you're into acting, dancing, whether that be dancing ballet, dancing hip hop, acting
Art.
on Broadway, singing, anything of that caliber, that's like the place to be.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
like that.
I love that you can find Kevin Conroy on Cameo because whenever this fucking another random side note, the Council versus the Rogues trend died very quickly.
It did.
But while it was still a thing, somebody got Kevin Conroy to do a thing of him siding with the Council.
Batman,
which was really fucking
signs
cool.
with the Council. Yes, yeah, I remember that. I remember also your cringy ass shit that you did with that said content.
Shut the fuck up. I was trying to contribute.
The Indicator or whatever the fuck it was. What was it? The Inquisitor or something? The Warden. Yeah, the Warden.
Do you need to also follow the Snodacast?
Yeah.
Freaking TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I need to get everybody to follow the Snodacast TikTok so that way we can get more people.
Yeah.
Just don't do no floss dancing or shit. Or I'm just
No. Just like people to know, like to like and get it to share.
The way that I'm holding that direction, I need y'all guys to also post videos at some point, just to say hi, who you are, what you like, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Honestly, I mean, I'm already.
I like pits.
We're not. All right.
There you go.
That's all.
There's got to be a little bit more detailed than that, but okay, that's fine.
More detailed of like being a co-host and like just your personality. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all I'm asking.
I actually will probably. I'll start off. I'll probably make my first one as like the host, the main host, and then I'll have all the co-hosts.
I made mine already. I know. Yeah. That was kind of like I already made my myself as a presence on there, but I want y'all guys to also not be afraid of saying, hey, I'm so and so from Snodacast, and this is who I am, blah blah blah. And
right.
Have your own
exactly. No, I agree, but
because the more we do that, the more people we're gonna attract because of different personalities.
So I will say this. Let's go ahead and get back to our topic, right? So
yeah,
our main topic right now is obviously the Arkham series. Now, I know Joe knows about. I'm talking about Seth. Sorry, Seth. So do you know anything about this? This is in the Batman universe, right? The new one.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so the director of the newest Batman movie, he already had ideas for one spinoff, and it was going to be a GCPD series, like it was going to be a prequel series. But now he said it's kind of evolved into an Arkham Asylum series, and he wants to follow more horror-esque roots with it. And I think that's fascinating. And it's going to be an HBO Max spinoff. Now, we're also going to get a Penguin spinoff. And it's going to be TVMA, but it's the Penguin from this new movie, like exactly where he's left off in the movie.
I haven't seen the new Batman yet.
I know, you missed your opportunity because your freaking work called you in.
Yeah, work called me in, so I wasn't able to go see that. And
it should be on HBO Max on the 13th, by the way.
I'm gonna be completely honest, though. I was more hyped for Sonic than I was Batman.
Well, I know you were. I'm just saying, I'm going to tell you, you will get erect at the time that the Batmobile shows up, because that thing is a beauty.
Hell,
That thing's that shit's shit.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's so cool.
Who's to say I'm not already like standing full salute right now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, when you're watching the movie, man, I'm telling you, it's worth it. But yes, I get that. But anyways, any more thoughts, comments, concerns on this Arkham series, possibly with the Joker as one of the lead characters? This new Joker
Can I bring up something Batman related?
Go ahead.
So I'm playing through the Arkham series, which Christian, you already know about that.
I do.
I'm enjoying. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like Origins.
A lot of people didn't.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It has a strong story. It's just the way that the gameplay is,
it's
like
so fucking hard to get around the map without fast travel, bro. Because I don't want to grind out all the shit. I just want to play the story as fast as possible, so I can get to the good games. Because I know Arkham Origins is a divisive title.
Yeah, and then you want to go. Then you want to go Asylum. Asylum is one of my favorites. Don't get me wrong. I still think Arkham City
is the one that you
control the Batmobile.
My little brother played. Yeah, it's the one
that's Arkham Knight. That's the final one.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the one that my little brother played, and I watched him play 5 minutes of it, and I was like, "Damn, why have I not played this yet?"
Okay, so here's the problem I have with Arkham Knight, and it eventually balances itself out, but within the first like hour or two, there's so much gameplay where they force you to use the bat tank, and it's cool for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's cool for about 5 minutes, and then it gets boring as sin.
It's not boring to like drive around a little though.
No, it's fun to drive around. I'm just saying it like they force you to use it a lot in the beginning.
It's just too much.
It's too much. It's like, okay, cool. And it's like, but I also would like to glide around the city, please, beat up criminals. No. Now, I will say this, it is fun to drive around because if a criminal like comes to the Batmobile in front of it, it doesn't run him over, it just shocks him and it flies him 20 feet across the side.
There's ragdoll physics. Oh
yeah,
just all over the floor.
That's the fun part. But I will say this:
skip ahead.
No, you're definitely gonna want to follow the arc. At least play Arkham City. But honestly, Arkham Asylum bleeds right into Arkham City, especially with like the Joker stuff. And then where that ends is where Arkham City kind of bleeds over as well. Or where Arkham Knight bleeds over from Arkham City. So like they bleed together really well with the main storyline, I guess. But yeah, like I'm gonna tell you right now, who exactly you think the Arkham Knight is, you're probably right.
Really different.
I would tell you, but I'd rather be a good sport.
I'd rather you be surprised by it. But once you start, what?
It's Jason.
Is it Red Hood?
It's Jason Todd.
No. Oh, you Gallows deck.
Oh. Okay, to be fair, when I played it,
the Red Hood.
Yeah, it's Jason Todd. And they actually, the cool thing, I will say this, the cool thing that they do is with that mask, the Arkham Knight mask, it gets broken, and then it has like this giant red screen, and it actually still has like the digital heads-up display and stuff that you can see, so it's actually kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie, like I really like the design. I mean, yeah, but like the thing is like once they start teasing the death in the family, they make it seem like, oh my god, it's such a big deal, but it's like you've been teasing a death in the family. It's gonna happen.
Though.
It is a good storyline. Like I mean, yeah, I was expecting the twist to come, and when it came, I was like, okay, yeah, it's still cool to see what they do with him and everything else like that. Like, and also how they end up giving him the Red Hood mask. I'm like, okay, that's pretty fucking dope. I like that. But beyond that, it becomes very obvious. You're like, oh wait, who's this Arkham Knight? Who is this guy? Apparently he can beat Batman and stuff like that. It's like, that would make sense. It has to be a Robin. Like, there's no way it couldn't be. Sorry for spoiling almost 6-year-old game. Yeah, I mean, shit. That was like a launch for PS4. Come on, man. It was a launch title for PS4. Like, and we're already on PS5.
Is Robin in any of the other games before Arkham
Tim
Knight?
Drake is.
Nightwing, right?
Not really.
Nightwing is. He doesn't really show up until Arkham Knight.
Yeah, he doesn't show up until Arkham Knight.
Like Arkham Asylum is pretty secluded, and so is Arkham City. Like none of the Robins ever really show up. I know Catwoman's in there, and she's a lot of fun to play as well.
And look at.
Well, Joe, I will send you to the horny corner. Shut up.
You're not wrong.
I'll join him. I'm gladly join him. She got some titties on her, bro.
No, I agree. But that being said, anyways, back onto the Arkham. So I brought up whenever they were bringing up the whole Arkham Asylum thing. Like I actually like the idea of holding off on this Joker. Like he's just he's there. He exists, but he's not going to be. I don't want him to be the main antagonist till maybe the third one. And what I would want is this Arkham Asylum show to eventually tease towards maybe a live action Arkham Asylum movie, like the game.
Harry Quinn.
That would be so much fun.
But it would be very hard to find someone who's actually going to want to go through the Arkham Asylum process, because you know how people are with creative control and that.
They are. I'm just saying, at least do something along the lines with Arkham Asylum instead of just having the roads meet up.
I
would say like maybe the third movie.
It's just going to be very hard to find a director or someone who respects a lot of the whole aspect of what the games have to offer and what the comics have to offer for Arkham in general.
Well, yeah.
People have to actually do that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to get creative control on a lot of things. But yeah, I just think, honestly, I think it works. Just because I think having the Joker as a background character, knowing that he exists, because the whole scene that was released on YouTube, it's a deleted scene. And honestly, I can kind of see why. There's a couple of reasons why. I'm pretty sure whenever what's his name? I forget the name of the director. I want to say it's Scott Derrickson, but it's not. I think it's somebody else. Anyway, so he wanted to do Matt Reeves. Sorry, he wanted to do this character, and he's like, I don't want him necessarily to be a guy that went insane and fell into an acid bath. I want him to basically, he's born with this like disease where he constantly smiles, and people look at him weird his entire life, and just like kind of go for a grounded and so he grows up thinking
everything,
he grows up thinking like, oh god, life played a trick on me.
Everything is fucking funny.
Have any of you guys seen the anime Fire Force?
Fire Force?
Yeah.
One of the main characters. You know the main character?
Yes.
Nervous.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Is a big old smile.
Yeah. Yes, he forces himself to smile because of his traumatic past.
Yeah.
But this one is he kind of gets the idea of like, oh, this is life's joke on me. So I think that's an interesting idea.
Silent film that has to do with like a guy that's
The Man Who Laughs was the biggest it was the biggest inspiration for the Joker. I know what you're talking about.
It definitely
can't do the movie.
It's an old school movie. It's like a silent film.
Yeah. I can watch the movie. It's just that with the movie itself, it makes me mad because of the ending. The ending, it doesn't show you whether or not he puts him back in jail or Joker kills him, kills Batman.
What are we talking about? You're talking about the Killing Joke. No. No. I'm talking about The Man Who Laughs. That's who the biggest influence of the Joker was. It was a silent film.
It was definitely tragic.
No, yeah. It was essentially a Phantom of the Opera situation, but yeah, like that's kind of the biggest thing. But anyways, so that being said, I genuinely think this Arkham series could be a lot of fun. I'm super pumped to see it as maybe even a Harley Quinn origin story, because I know that they're looking to get a Harley Quinn actress for this universe. So that's kind of cool.
We'll see what happens, honestly.
I agree, yeah.
Everything is up in the air. Mm-hmm. We still gotta,
I know how Seth feels about Harley Quinn.
So yeah. No, Harley Quinn can be done
Margot
right.
Robbie is sexy as fuck, and I would bang her whether she was dressed as Harley Quinn or not, but that's
it. It's just the way that they take her. That's literally it. It's just the way that they take her. I feel like a lot of people with the new adaptation,
they don't know what to do with her.
They kind of not like her. Also the fact of I'm trying to think of you remember the Joker movie? I'm also wondering if because they kind of hinted
they're working on Joker too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm interested what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna be in that Joker universe. I think it's just gonna be Joker and Batman. I don't know if they're gonna do. I really don't even know if they're gonna do Batman, because that movie is so.
I think they're just gonna build to him essentially bringing out his empire of his mob or his gang or whatever of the people who
the Joaquin Phoenix version, right?
Yes, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Joker.
Yeah, of him just making everybody laugh from the laughing gas or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Or him forcing people to laugh.
Also, Gallows, you do realize that in the Killing, I just remembered what you said. So you do realize that the ending of the Killing Joke comic book ends the exact same way. We don't know if he's killing him or if he's going to take him back to jail. That's the whole point of the Killing Joke.
Laughing their asses off.
I can't sit there and read it or watch it again. All right.
My problem with the Killing Joke animated movie is the first 30 minutes. I despise it. Yeah, even though it's based off of
Batman.
Okay, even though minus that part, it is based off of an actual Batgirl comic book. It's weird. You can immediately tell the difference is the problem I have with it. It's as soon as it gets to the actual Killing Joke, you can immediately tell the difference in dialogue, in honestly, in somewhat in animation. But I mean, it's animated well. It's acted okay for the most part. It's done well. It's just, it's not what I expected when I'm like, oh yeah, Killing Joke. Yeah, I totally want to see Batwoman for the first 30 minutes and eventually bang her father figure.
That girl.
You know how Hollywood is, Christian.
I know, but even still, it's I don't know, man. And they immediately drop it after that.
Look, no matter how much we don't want stuff to be sexualized, if we're being honest, there's no way of getting out of it because of the business of Hollywood of how it is. Like, if we're being honest, like, even if we, are into that or not into that.
Hold on. Business of Hollywood is a different story. Having things sexualized is people themselves. You can go down. You can watch. You can watch a regular cartoon, and you can go look online. I give you about 13 seconds of looking into the pictures. You'll find something sexual.
You'll find a Rule 34 of anything. Yeah, no, I agree.
100%. But like I'm saying, like in general, I mean, like if we're being honest, like I know where you're getting at, but like at the same time, Hollywood's already been known for that. Period.
That's true.
Like I know where you're coming from. Like I 100% agree, but Hollywood is also known for, putting random stuff in there just because it sells. Yeah. It just sells.
It does. Sex sells. Anyways, on to our next topic, unless we have any more thoughts, comments, concerns on the Arkham series.
I think it has a lot of potential.
I can't wait for a trailer, or at least some set photos and stuff like that. All right, on to our next one. Hackers are at it again, and they actually have found a way to get PS Now. Like, you can stack up on the amount of purchases you can get and get it cheaper. Even though PlayStation has originally done, they've already stopped this before. Now people are taking advantage of it again to get bundle.
I'm just now learning about this. What is happening and what the hell is going on right now?
Okay, so let me pull up the article real quick.
They're giving themselves like free PS Plus essentially.
Kind of. Give me a second. Like, yeah, that's like definitely oversimplifying it. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the article real quick.
Only cybersecurity is nice.
The first time I'm hearing about this, because I know the last time like a major event happened was like with the whole Lizard Squad and all that stupid bullshit and stuff and whatnot.
Okay, so here's what IGN says. Okay, so now it no longer works now, but they did actually have it going for a while. You can actually get a buy two get one free sale on PS5 games as of April 4th, so that's kind of cool, even though that's days ago. Anyways, so there were people that were getting as much as 6 years worth of PlayStation Plus Premium, at which what is effectively half the price.
What the fuck?
You can still buy 12 months of PS Now with using a specific link on your web browser. This will auto convert.
Way to be ahead of the game.
It auto converted. Yeah, it auto converted to PS Premium, or PlayStation Plus Premium, which is like their version of Game Pass.
I can't imagine how many people like stacked on stacked on stacked on.
Yeah,
stacked
like I said, up to 6 years. Like they said, yeah. So, okay. So PlayStation Plus Premium is it's basically multiple tiers, and you can play retro games. Is essentially what it. Like I said, it is essentially Game Pass. But yeah, that's what people were doing. Is they were literally they were stacking on prices, and they were getting like upwards of they were getting, and for like half the price too. Like, they're still paying for it, but they were getting like half the price.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's not a bad. I mean, granted, now you can't do that anymore. They've cracked down on it. I'll give them that.
I feel like PlayStation should have a better deal with their own Game Pass. I
agree.
Xbox does.
They really,
because they're overcharging it. I agree.
I think they should either make it free or they should sell it for less, like $8.99 a month type shit.
And they shouldn't even just have here's the thing with Xbox, they shouldn't with the PlayStation, they shouldn't even just have just the classic games. They should have remastered games. They should have games from all the generations, including PSP. I know that's kind of a little bit like a long shot, but I mean, you build your library. Xbox built their library.
Here's my thing: is I genuinely would love another version of the PS Vita.
I would love that too.
Go ahead, Gallus.
I would totally go for it. But yeah, go ahead, Gallus.
Right, so I would have seen, because I've purchased it before, the PS Plus Premium shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it before. It has PlayStation 1s, 2s, and 3s, and 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They have all the games. It's just that you only can get certain ones and they're not all there.
That's PS Now. I know what you're talking about. They have certain games, and it's like you can stream it basically from them. Yeah, I tried PS Now for a few days. I tried to play God of War. Yeah, the original God of War, and it was buggy as all hell. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but like it was buggy as all hell.
It's not that it's buggy. It's the fact that you're streaming it. I want to download it. Not
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Like,
that was the other reason is the internet. Unless you have like a connected to an Ethernet port, like PS Now is kind of pointless.
And even with an Ethernet port, you got to have really good internet in order to not have.
You might as well just convert to PC if you're gonna want to do that. Like if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Well, and then, but you know, like these are all PlayStation games, so like you can't get majority of them.
No, granted, like obviously like, you can get emulators and stuff, and you shouldn't do that. But at the same time, it's like at this point, if you're really struggling with certain aspects of whether that be Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, at this point, you're gonna lean on to a PC,
right?
And emulate the shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, any more thoughts, comments, concerns on this? I mean, the balls on these people, man. Way to prepare.
Like they just need to PlayStation, Sony itself. They just need to fix their Game Pass
pricing
stuff.
I think it's their pricing.
And also,
well, not just their pricing, but their library. They need
their library needs to expand. It needs to be expanded
too. They need to at least remake stuff. I don't even care what it is. Like, if I was playing on PlayStation, I would want them to remake Ratchet and Clank, remaster all these other stuff. I remember all these games that I loved.
They did remaster.
The Ratchet and Clank reboot was a reboot, but it was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. The new one was, I heard, was really good too, but I've never.
I remember I liked the Spyro, or not the Spyro games, the Spy games. I can't remember what the one with the raccoon that was called the Spy game or whatever from PlayStation 2. I can't remember what it was. Just called Spy something.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
That I would want them to remaster that game. I know it wasn't too big, but like when PlayStation was coming out, that was the thing that got me excited, even though I had an Xbox 360.
Well, like, I can say this is if you get PlayStation Plus right now, they currently have the PlayStation Plus, or like the PS. It's all like the top tier PS4 games, right? They call it the PlayStation Collection. You can get the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on there for free.
Yeah.
I already have it on both systems because I bought the... On PlayStation, I bought the bundle that was Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro trilogy. It was a bundle.
That's nice. I want to get the Spyro trilogy, honestly.
$50?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Spyro,
not bad, and it's probably cheap.
I love Crash Bandicoot and I love Spyro. I love them both to death. Those are big parts of my childhood, along with like the Mario games and stuff. It was essentially the Mario of PlayStation and stuff.
Let's get Roland Emmerich to do a freaking Spyro movie.
However, oh my god.
I know, you hate me. I'll burn myself.
No, I don't hate you. I think it would be interesting, but at the same time, here's my thing.
Like,
he would do it terribly.
I think that Spyro is better than Crash Bandicoot in a few ways. Because it's not because like the game is just better. I think that each game has their own different styles that make it unique. But I think that Spyro did it the best out of those two game franchises because it wasn't just that you were platforming in a 3D environment. There was more stuff to do it. You were able to like fly around and do stuff like that.
There was challenges to where you had to like collect gems and emeralds and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one it was, but like, I enjoyed. I love Spyro. Like, don't get me wrong, my first Spyro game was on the GameCube, and I love the shit out of it.
Yeah,
I played it on PS2 for the first time.
I know the ultimate way to piss you off. I want Michael Bay to make a Sonic movie.
That would be a great idea. I completely agree with this. Little did we know that Michael Bay will be directing all of Shadow's scenes in the new Sonic movie.
And
he's going to get Tyrese Gibson to voice him.
With the MP5, suppressed MP5.
No, all he has to do is do his Chaos Blast, and he fucking kills everybody within a mile radius.
Get Zack Snyder to do a Shadow movie.
Oh my god.
Dude, hold on. I was thinking about, because you know how you were saying Spyro? I'm like, I want to see how they would do with a Banjo-Kazooie movie, an adaptation.
Keep it
yeah,
animated,
really hard
and
to
I think
do.
it not necessarily keep it animated, and I think you have a really good
Puzzle
drive.
game.
Well, yeah, it is, but you can keep it animated and still keep the puzzle elements into it. Honestly, it's not that bad of a.
They made. To be fair, they made Sonic. Well, Sonic has had story since the first game, so that's
true.
But
yeah, and I mean, but,
like the way that I see the movie, I don't see it as like a real life, like good graphics, like more realistic graphics. But like, I feel like it shouldn't ever touch the real life world.
No, that's why I'm saying keep it. You can do the 3D CG, you can do that, but just keep it a CG animated movie. You know.
I might be about to fall asleep here.
That's all fine, buddy. I get it. If you have to dip, then go ahead and dip. We're almost done here. We're almost done. We got one more.
I think that making an animated movie about a puzzle platformer like Banjo-Kazooie would be really weird.
I just want to see a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
It would be, but I think it would work.
Okay, so Joe, you brought. Yeah, they're working on it at the moment, and it's in development hell right now.
To be fair,
Blumhouse is working on a PG-13. I think they're doing either PG or PG-13. They're doing a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
It was supposed to be rated R to begin with.
It has to be rated R. It can't be.
FNAF is like relatively geared towards kids. You guys do realize this, right?
I understand, but it was supposed
you want
to be
a rated R
R
FNAF movie? Go watch Willy's Wonderland.
It was because of the gore. That was the only reason why, because of how like violent the animatronics are.
You can do that without a shit ton of gore. You do realize that, right?
Oh, yeah,
look at the Batman.
Like,
the Batman's rated PG-13, and they got away with a lot. I'm telling you right now, like yeah, they got away with almost 2 F words, I think, actually. Yeah, they got away with an F-bomb. Well, okay, in PG-13, you can get away with 1 F-bomb, by the way.
Killing a kid, like, with an animatronic, let alone it being very realistic to the
kids
animatronics.
You can do that. I'm telling you can do that with PG-13. There's been plenty of PG-13 movies that kill kids.
No, that's the thing, is that they should stop
babying it.
They need to stop pussyfooting around it, man.
Yeah.
There's so much that just we can't do anymore because everybody's a pussy, and I hate it. Because we can't enjoy
the one reason why
anymore.
Frozen isn't rated G is because there's a foot-size joke.
Really? Huh?
That's the only reason why the Frozen is rated PG, by the way. I hope you guys realize this.
Why is it rated?
It's only rated PG because of it's like foot size doesn't matter. It's the same reason why literally, I kid you not, this is the same reason why Inside Out is rated PG is because they have one joke.
Wait, if we're gonna talk about it, Red Panda. Red Panda is a perfect example of why people
turning red.
Yeah, turning red.
But that's PG.
I hate that.
That
movie
actually
so much.
deserved its PG rating. I will give it credit where credit's due. Like what it does, yes, there is some suggestive stuff that would be parental guidance for shit. But Inside Out, are you fucking kidding me? No, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Inside Out. I actually like Inside Out. I'm hating on the rating system.
They thought of it like in a more mental way of like it would make kids.
Literally, it was literally the one joke is, can I say that curse word now? And like there was one guy in that pizza shop. He kind of looked like a bear, which is a funny joke, by the way. But like that's gonna go over like 99% of kids' heads. We're not talking about like Shrek 1 style humor here. Like Shrek 1, holy shit! That's got some PG in it. That's got some PG, yeah. Yeah, that's got some PG in it. I will give Shrek 1 that much credit. But like, okay, look at it this way. Like, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is rated G, and it has hands down one of the scariest frames of animation in the fucking world.
Yeah, it's the witch being old. Yeah.
The forest scene. The forest scene. Well, the witch turning old. Yes, that's terrifying. I'm talking about the forest scene too. The forest scene, like, dude,
the forest scene.
Snow White almost gets her fucking head chopped off, and this is a movie. It's rated G. Yeah. Like, come on.
If you look at all the Disney movies, most of them are all fucking dark.
Yeah.
Super dark.
They get super fucking dark. But now, most of them are PG. Okay, so like Raya and the Last Dragon, that had enough action in it. I'm like, okay, yeah, you get a PG. Fair. Coco? No. I don't think Coco deserved a freaking PG rating. I think it should have been
because
G.
there was a tit. It's because there was a tit joke. That's it.
And that song that Pedro was singing.
Yeah.
No.
That old guy's like,
Was Encanto rated PG or was it rated G? I forget.
It was rated PG.
It was rated PG. It shouldn't have been rated PG. It was a G movie. You fucking kidding me? There was like I don't remember there being an adult joke in there. Like
what about the Black Cauldron for being like a dark fantasy almost?
Disney has its own way of like its rules. Maybe like it's like
no. That's not Disney.
No.
No. You can't blame Disney on that. That's the MPAA. The rating system has been a joke since the 80s. Dude, there's a movie rated PG, mind you. PG. Well, maybe PG-13, but still. It's called Monster Squad. There's literally... Okay, it has like the classic Universal monsters. There's literally a scene. I kid you not. There is literally a scene where Dracula picks a little girl up by her fucking face and says, "Hand me the amulet, you bitch."
Oh shit!
Like, bro.
I mean, hold on. If we were talking about ratings, you remember The Othersiders, the book, The Outsiders? It's
The Outsiders.
PG.
Yeah, The Outsiders PG.
That's
supposed to be
fucking
PG-13.
book I've ever read.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The only reason, like, I feel like the only reason it was PG-13 was because at the time smoking cigarettes was considered.
No, but it was PG. It's not
It's rated
PG-13.
PG.
It's PG.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bravo was
Atlantis,
like
the Lost Empire, I think is rated PG, and it. Okay, I will say this: Atlantis has a fucking body count. Like holy shit!
Bro, Atlantis has so many fucking people getting shot.
Dude. There's literally a frame where, like, in order to stop the ship from flooding more, she has to, like, you can see people behind the door before she closes it. Like, they die. There is such a high body count in that movie.
Surprised we haven't got a live action take of Atlantis yet or anything.
Honestly, because Atlantis did not do well. Atlantis was not a hit by Disney standards. Honestly, there's certain elements I agree.
Better. It really deserved better.
Mole is the only thing that was really geared towards like little kids, but I get that. That's Disney. That's whatever. I'm not the biggest fan of Mole. I loved him as a kid, but now I look back and I'm like,
still feel like Disney deserved to at least put an Atlantis aspect in a water ride.
Oh yeah, no, I would love an Atlantis ride. Like, you know how they have the Nemo submarine thing where you get, it's like a 3D experience. Do something like that with Atlantis. That could be so much fun. That would be a lot of fun.
They got rid of the submarine version of, like, you were actually in a submarine physically, and you were dropped down in like a small pool or whatever.
That's what they do with the Nemo thing.
Like, yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I think that would work really. Just do a few redesigns. That would work really well as an Atlantis Lost Empire kind of thing. You can even have Milo and everything else. Which Milo is voiced by Michael J. Fox, but I'm pretty sure you can get a decent voice actor to imitate him a little bit.
Like that, it was familiar.
Yeah, it is Michael J. Fox. Don't get me wrong.
Cool,
the
by the
villains,
way, which is really
Milo was,
yeah.
was MJ. Milo was MJ Fox.
Michael J. Fox, yeah.
What the hell?
We gotta go back.
It's like, no.
We gotta go back to Atlantis.
We gotta go back to Atlantis. I left my girlfriend back there.
It's more like this. It's more like this. Doc, we gotta go back.
He doesn't stutter. That's Morty. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I was talking about
jeez, Rick. I don't know how to feel about this.
Hand.
Oh,
because he has
He's Morty.
and he shakes. Fuck you. That was a good joke.
Yeah. No, you're good, man. I get it. No. If there's if there's anybody that's gonna be doing if there's gonna be anybody that's doing the Rick voice, God damn it, Morty! I need you to shove it all the way up there, like all the way up your butt.
Pickle Christian.
Can I have the Swiss Swan sauce? Swan sauce.
Listen.
Pickle Rick.
I have to say, this man, he does the best Rick Sanchez impersonation ever.
Pickle Rick.
Absolutely tremendous. I wasn't talking about you. You're not talking. I'm talking. I was talking about this one, who is up here on my upper. What is this? Left?
For me,
whatever.
you would be your upper left.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
so,
guy.
Christian's on my upper left.
Yeah. So.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man?
Next topic.
Listen. Oh, she's married to The Muffin Man.
She's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. She's married to the Muffin Man.
Married to the Muffin Man.
All right. Anyways. Anyways, on to our next topic. So our final topic for the night is we have our first official look at a lot of the main characters for the upcoming HBO Last of Us series, and yeah, they're looking pretty good. Not gonna lie, they're looking pretty game accurate. The only thing that here bothers me,
one actor doesn't fit Joe though.
Pedro Pascal.
I can't wait for Ellie. I can't wait for them to make it TVMA so they can have Ellie scissor someone.
Well, Ellie is still a kid in this adaptation, by the way.
Right.
So, yeah, this is the first game that's being adapted.
Jesus Christ, Seth.
To be fair, Seth, I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but it is going to be TVMA. For the violence. Yeah, it's for the violence.
No.
Hey, you guys beat Joel, get it on with Taz.
I don't make the rules.
Yeah, no. But anyways,
the Alphabet Gang does.
I know. But anyways, no, I get it.
I think as long as they don't fuck it up like they did with the game, I think people will be happy. But honestly, from how the game ended, I feel like people look. If I'm gonna be honest, no matter how much people are gonna try to not compare it to the game, that's gonna be the whole point, and people are gonna shit on this series, which is kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, I hope it really does well for what it is. Period.
What is it? What is it with you guys in the game? The game was really fucking good.
The first game was,
No, like the first game.
But the ending is pretty controversial.
People are more obsessed with the second game. The second game, a lot of people got
talk about the multiplayer last.
The second game was ass.
The second game was good. I don't get what you guys are complaining about.
Liked it. Yeah.
I love the shit out of this. I love the shit out of the whole series. This is my favorite fucking game.
I will say, I will give this. I will give the second game this. Second game is hands down one of the most beautiful graphics-wise games I have ever seen. I will give it that.
Story-wise, a lot of people just shed on it.
Oh yeah, no, the storytelling was kind of bad. Yeah.
Graphics does not. Good graphics does not always equal a good game, but though.
I don't know. There were some elements in the story I thoroughly enjoyed, but beyond that, no.
The thing with that blonde chick, I'm like, okay, who is she? Why the fuck
honestly, I don't think y'all are ready for my soda quick.
Okay.
I have one that is a very juicy one.
All right, but anyways, any more thoughts, comments, concerns on this Last of Us series? I know Gallows and I share an opinion on that Pedro Pascal doesn't really look like Joel. Like, he doesn't scream Joel to me. Honestly, I think Josh Brolin would have done a good job as Joel. I think he would have been a fantastic Joel.
Get the person who was in the panel. Get the person who was in the what's it called, the Comic-Con or the panel that they had of the live action, like the readaptation, like theater version of it, because they like did a live action reading, like kind of like theater play version in a con. If you look it up on YouTube,
you're talking about I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they should have casted that person.
I think Josh Brolin would have done a good job. Scott Eastwood would have done okay.
Let me do you one better, because we know no one else. Fuck, I need to look up his name real quick. Continue. I'll get your attention in a second.
No, but I'm serious. Like, they did.
No, I'm gonna build the suspense here. Let's build the suspense
it's a zombie
here.
Apocalypse. Oh wow.
Owen Wilson.
I just said that. Plus, he's actually Texan, like Joel.
True.
What's the name of the guy that played? Oh, hey. Here's a random thought for you. The Last of Us, Joel is played by Bruce Campbell. Now hear me out.
Yes! I'm with you.
Ellie, come on,
the argument that I have to present for this is simply, it's Bruce Campbell. There you go.
It's Bruce Campbell.
There's my argument.
No, I'll do you one better. If we're just going for random ass, legends, hear me out. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage.
Ellie.
Don Knotts is fucking dead, by the way. Don Knotts is dead. Just to let you know.
No.
He's been dead forever. For a while.
Not the best casting choice, but I would have said Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds would have been a good choice. No, he was a little too old, honestly. Like, Josh Brolin's kind of in that sweet spot where he could still play somebody in their early 40s. He could probably pull it off. Especially in a universe where it's like that. I don't know about that. But anyways, I will say this. honestly, Josh Brolin would have been the best choice. Not to say that Pedro Pascal can't pull off Joel. I mean, look at The Mandalorian. Yeah, he can obviously pull it off. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about Pedro Pascal.
This is another question. Speaking of Pedro Pascal,
he's like 10 years off of Joel's age, and he doesn't. I get that it's not the game.
Yeah.
In the game, but if you're gonna make the game movie work, if you're gonna make the game movie series go, make sure you at least make it at least a tiny bit accurate towards the game itself.
You gotta understand that a bunch of like the read adaptation for games, they use the game as a reference. So it's on the director, whoever's in charge,
showrunner,
how
really.
they want to go about it. Yeah.
But Seth, you were bringing up a point. Or you're bringing up a question.
What did y'all think of the conclusion to Mandalorian, or not to Mandalorian, to the little
Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah, to the Book of Boba Fett. What was
I liked it. As much as a lot of people hated on it being more like Mandalorian
Focus?
season 2 or season 3,
Season 2.5.
Focus,
I agree. Yeah.
I still think I enjoyed the Mandalorian for what it was. I hated that people were kind of like very of like, oh, I wish it was more rushed. I wish we had more episodes more frequently. I think they did a very good job on the slow pacing and everything. I enjoyed what Boba Fett was supposed to be. I enjoyed how they portrayed Boba Fett. I don't have anything bad about how Boba Fett was portrayed. I think there was maybe a few things they could have tweaked on, but that's just my opinion. But
here's my only problem with Boba Fett.
After all, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, here's my only problem with it. Other than from a storytelling standpoint, they do change the main core character of Boba Fett from like being this cold, callous. Like you could do something like that. You can. It's not hard to do that. But they kind of now they made him like, oh yeah, he won't even kill somebody based off the principle of it. And I'm like, bro, this is Boba Fett we're talking about. That's one problem. Problem number two.
Boba Fett is a bounty hunter.
Yeah,
he should not give a shit of who he kills.
Exactly. Now, problem number 2.
Disney.
No, that's not my problem.
I mean,
it's nothing. Here's the thing. It's nothing against Tamara Morrison. He's a fine actor. He was too old. He was too old. That was my only problem. Like, unless this was taking place in the sequel trilogy, then yeah, you can bring in Tamara Morrison. However, I still think he was too old because you got to remember, Boba was like in his 20s. By the time the original trilogy, he was like in his episode 5 he was in his 30s, right? And this takes place 10 years, not even that, like 4 or 5 years after.
I still have a suspicion that they're gonna make a live action Rebels for some reason.
They are bringing in Rebels characters into the Ahsoka Tano series.
Yeah, that would be sick as fuck.
Even though
the Christian hates fucking Urza with a fucking burning passion.
I despise Ezra. Ezra can burn in hell. Fuck that character. I do not like him. He is a fucking annoying ass main character.
He doesn't like that his character is fucking whiny as fuck. I mean, when you think about it, Anakin was fucking whiny as fuck, if we're being honest.
No. I've heard that argument before, and here's how I'm gonna fucking defend mine. You got me on this fucking rant, damn it, Lewis. All right, here's the thing. Luke was whiny as shit. I'm not gonna complain about that. Luke was definitely a whiny bitch in the first movie. I'm not gonna complain. However, he fucking grew up.
What about the power converters?
Exactly. He fucking grew up. He fucking became a man.
Why?
We're not talking about sequels. We're talking about Rebels, and I know. Everybody bitched and moaned about Luke. I actually don't mind Luke's arc. Anyways,
dude,
besides
Luke's
the point, that's all.
Got super fucked up.
It did. Anyways, here's my problem with Ezra. Ezra, literally by the second season, I'm like, okay, cool. You got rid of the stupid dreads. Fucking fantastic. I'm cool with this new design. And he's actually starting to go embrace the dark side. But here's the problem: is he's doing it for the wrong fucking reason. And then he's like, in one episode, they change. He's like, oh my god, no, I'm back on the light side. It's like, bro, that could have been an entire season's worth of fucking content right there. Have him battle between the dark side and the light side. If you guys have seen my, they probably were. But if you guys have seen my breakdown of the sequel trilogy, where I'm like, hey,
This is what I would have done to fix it. It's the same argument for Rey. If with Rey, with Rey, basically, she's like, oh, that was an interesting arc that they brought up, but they never concluded on. Was that
bullshit?
No, that's I'm talking about Last Jedi. Last Jedi Rey, most likely, because they're like, oh, we're teasing the idea of her battling her light and dark side, and I'm like, that's interesting. Maybe have her go in a morally gray embrace, like. That would have been fascinating for Rey's standpoint. It's like, okay, yes, she's powerful enough, and yes, she seeks power, but maybe do something like what they teased with Mace Windu. That's the reason why he has a purple lightsaber, is he embraces some dark side techniques, but mostly stays towards the light.
Style as well.
Exactly.
Didn't even the lore that they said the only people who have a purple lightsaber are like a very strong Jedi, right? In a sense, kind of.
They're strong because they also take elements from the dark side. Not like they don't go full dark side. It's like that scene in Tropic Thunder.
They're known, but like they're known to be a very strong Jedi because of the
purple lightsaber.
Because of what they know.
So I'm gonna make Seth laugh here. So in that scene in Tropic Thunder where it's like, you never go full retard, man. You went full retard. That's the same concept. It's like they never go full dark side, so they never go full retard.
Never go full retard.
Yeah, you don't ever go full retard.
That means Rey should have had a fucking purple lightsaber from the beginning at this point.
Well, technically, she had a yellow lightsaber, and that's fine. Whatever. I'm cool with getting new lightsabers. The
yellow
and shit.
lightsaber is pretty cool.
And you know what's crazy? It's actually a dual blade too. It's a dual blade one too. It's like made out of her original staff. I'm like, that's fucking cool. I would have loved to have seen that, but okay. Whatever. So, like I said, go if you guys want my true opinion on the sequels, go fucking watch my video. I don't despise them. It's just they shit the bed on the ending, and that's the only problem I have.
Something that I did agree with, speaking of that video, something that I did agree with, that I think you brought up, was that if we renamed Attack of the Clones to Shroud of the Dark Side, since the clones didn't do shit until the end of the movie.
Yes, I did not bring that up in that video, but I have brought it up before in real life. Jeremy Johns.
If Revenge of the Sith had been had been Attack of the Clones, you could have made The Rise of Skywalker Revenge of the Sith, because all the Sith are back. The Last Jedi was non-remedial. There was nothing we could do about that.
Here's the thing, is I don't think Attack of the Clones should have ever been brought up as a title in general. I mean, I get it, the clones they are there, but they don't do jack shit until the end. So I do think a Shroud of the Dark Side, because that's a line from Yoda. He literally says, a shroud of the dark side. Is like, and I forget the exact line, but like that would have been a much better title. So the reason why I bring that up is Jeremy Johns. He's a good YouTube reviewer. If you haven't ever checked him out, if you want really quick reviews, his usually are like no more than 6 minutes long. So check him out. He's pretty cool. He gives out all of his breaths and us. But anyways, so that's the biggest thing. He brought that up. He's like, the Shroud of the Dark Side should have been, or Shroud of the Dark Side would have been a better title for Attack of the Clones. And it wouldn't fix the movie, obviously, but it definitely would have made more sense. I would love to do more Star Wars editorials. I just don't have the time right now. I will definitely have time during the summer, so I may be making like
the best projects that we need to work on.
Yeah,
too.
I may be making a best and worst of Star Wars and including all the shows and everything. So I may be doing something along those lines.
Was this a little bit?
I think you're gonna have your hands full with all the stuff that we're working on too.
Oh, so. I know. Yeah, trust me, I know.
You gotta have me on board for the best and worst of Star Wars.
Yeah, I'll get opinions from you guys. I'll make it like a whole poll between everybody. But anyways, so any more thoughts, comments, concerns on this, because we're about to go to Snodacast. So.
What were we talking about again?
The first look at the cast members of The Last of Us. Yeah.
I think they look good.
I do too.
They look good.
Minus Joel, but we'll see how his acting style holds up, right?
I have to wait and see, because people are going to automatically compare it to the game. So
all right, guys, let's go ahead and go into Snodacast. This is the area of the show where we don't do it every week, but we definitely try to if we have time or if we're just getting a roll on. And this is where you can bring up any old topic that you would like, new, something that we didn't go over. If you want to further elaborate on something, up to you. And now I see the smug look of Lewis. What you got, buddy?
Oh, this one's a spicy one, because I've seen other people talk about this, and we've had the remake of it, we had the remake of Scream, we had all these remakes, you know, we had Ghostbusters 2, the remake, and there's one remake that no one has yet to mention or even think about because of the new generation. What do you think about Gremlins? A fucking remake of fucking
They're
Gremlins,
working on
bro.
a reboot of Scream. Okay, so here's the thing. You brought up Scream. Scream was not a remake. Here's the thing. Scream was not a remake.
A remake of Gremlins, bro.
Okay, I would love a remake of Gremlins.
Cool.
I would love a remake of Gremlins. However,
Done
you
right.
have to do it right. Yes, because that is a PG movie, and there is stuff in there that's like not meant for little kids. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say, if I'm gonna bring up Gremlins, I personally love Gremlins too. You can fucking hate me for it. I genuinely love.
As much as I was terrified when they got into the water and stuff.
Yeah.
I digress. I still fucking love that movie because of
the
one
creativity.
scene.
Yeah, the creativity
There's
from it
one
all.
specific scene that I laughed because of the spoiler. If you haven't seen Gremlins, I'm sorry but I'm about to say this, but the I Home scene fucking cracks me up every fucking goddamn time.
Oh yeah,
When
so
they're watching
another
Snow
voice I
White.
can do is I can do Stripe from Gremlins, like when he's on full on Gremlin mode, right?
They really know.
Yeah.
That's how good it was. I couldn't fucking hear it.
Yeah, my
We could
mic doesn't
barely
pick
hear
up
it, not
like
gonna
yeah. Okay, so you probably the viewers probably heard it. I have no idea, but yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the Discord doesn't like picking up high pitch for whatever reason. I don't
What
know
do
what
y'all
it is.
actually think about like it being a reboot? Because we have seen Ghostbusters, we have seen all these classic
I
stuff.
think
Like even like people
a
teased
rebooted-
Goonies too.
Yeah, honestly, I would love a remake of Goonies. That would be fantastic. I definitely don't. I'm not against a Gremlins remake. Just get the right people. Honestly, the Duffer Brothers could do a really good job with Gremlins. I think if they were ever to do something outside of Stranger Things, I think Gremlins would be a really fun thing for them. Goonies would be fun for. I could see them doing really well with Goonies.
Because like with Gremlins, especially like the easy part is the normal Gremlin itself.
Yeah.
The hard part is to get the when they get wet and green. That version is a little bit concern that I have. Like if they were to
No,
do a remake,
I agree.
Because,
Yeah.
because it's very hard to even top the original one. Because let alone of the original design and how like even terrifying it was. Like even though like for us as like old enough now, we're like
Gremlins
that's
was
just,
never
you know,
scary to
that's
me, even
like-
as a little kid.
like,
I always found Gremlins hilarious.
As a child, it wasn't even scary. It was more of a.
I was more terrified of Nightmare Before Christmas than anything else. I was terrified of the movie as a kid. Yeah.
But also, like, when I think about scary stuff, I'm also thinking about of the tarantula movies too. What's it called?
I
Like
can understand.
what's it called?
That's a big-
Tarantophobia or Arachnophobia? That was the movie. What it was called? Arachnophobia. Imagine a remake of Arachnophobia.
Are you talking about Eight-Legged Freaks with David Arquette?
No.
The giant spiders. The giant spiders. No?
Yeah.
No, Arachnophobia was literally like tarantulas, like kind of like an infestation of like hornets or like kind of like, if you will.
Oh,
and they
you're
were
talking
just
about infestation movies. Okay, yeah. No, I like infestation movies. I think they definitely deserve a comeback.
Arachnophobia was very fucking scary because they were just the regular tarantulas, but just
And
kind of like
spiders,
built as like, oh shit, this like old couple had like an infestation in their garage and they never cleaned it out, and let alone their son finds out that their parents are fucking paralyzed because they're just there, and he just looks at the bowl of popcorn and there's a fucking tarantula there, and so they have to like fucking use a flamethrower to fucking kill all the fucking tarantulas and shit.
Honestly, here's my
bitch
thing.
with
I would
fire.
love a remake of The Mist done well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of classic horror movies that can be done very, very well.
Oh yeah, no, like I would love a.
and then the right directors to do
it's
these
the
movies.
writing and the directing, and honestly, yeah, you gotta have good actors in it, but yeah, if you can get good writing and good directing, then you can probably get a really good product.
You don't, that's where it all falls apart.
Exactly. Or if you get a lot of studio meddling, like honestly, look at Hellboy. I remember the director, he talked to another YouTuber named Critical Drinker. I don't know if you guys have ever checked him out. He's pretty good. I actually highly recommend his videos. But Critical Drinker brought up, he actually did an interview with this guy. I forget his name. He also did Dog Soldiers, which if you haven't seen that movie, that's a lot of fun. Oh, it's so good. I love that movie.
Cult movie reviews.
It is really good, yeah. But so this guy did the newest Hellboy movie, right, with David Arquette or with David Harbour, and there was reports already of studio meddling. And he even said, like, whenever the script that they sold him was not the script that he ended up working on. Like, when he walked on set, they already had a different script. And so that was problem number one. And then it just came to, like, when he would try to direct his actors, there was always a producer in the back that was, like, he would come up and basically backseat direct is what he would do. Yeah. And that, that led to confusion and everything. Like, there was a report that, like, David Harbour like almost fought the fucking director, and is like, well, I don't think he almost fought him. I think he almost fought the producer. And like, he stormed off set. He's just like, no, fuck this shit. And I mean, they got him back. Obviously, they finished the movie, but like, and that makes me sad because I actually, granted, I actually enjoy that movie. I know it's a mess, but I enjoy the kind of darker side of Hellboy. I feel bad for him.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the first movie, the first original one,
right?
And then I know a lot of people hated on the fucking second one really bad, but
it's
I was literally looking forward to the next the next movie, the third Hellboy movie, of like him having a son. Like, obviously not showing, like, maybe showing like a quick clip of him, teaching his son and whatnot or whatever what he did.
The only problem trying to do it now is Ron Perlman is too old. I don't think he really wants. I mean, granted, he was like a 60-year-old. I think he was in his 60s whenever he did the original Hellboy, or 50s. He was in his 50s when he did the original Hellboys. So now he's in his. I think he's in his 70s. Honestly, Ron Perlman's like, he's getting up there.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro has expressed interest in it, but here's the thing about Guillermo del Toro. He makes one, maybe two good movies, and then he's done. He flip-flops on his projects. I don't know how many freaking times.
They did appear at Death Stranding.
Well, yeah, but that's different.
I'll just say that was pretty cool.
On the real low, what would be the premise of not just remaking Gremlins, but what would be the new narrative, or what would be make it fresh? Just the Gremlins itself, because like, obviously, like, I know that they could go into many different ways of, like, maybe it being
Ron Perlman is 71 years old, by the way.
Kind of like, maybe, I know a lot of people are like, when they do remakes, they want to make it relatable, like whatever the new lingo is, whatever the new, like, obviously, the way they say it, like Gen Z and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I know how a lot of directors are leaning towards that.
Yeah, what are you saying, guys?
Is the fact if you're gonna do a reboot, don't sit here and put in some new shit, because it never works out.
Don't try to make it modern, because the downside about modern is, especially in the internet age, modern dies very quickly and it becomes dated. Like, look at the Lorax. Nobody talks about the Lorax animated movie anymore aside from the memes. Same thing with
the reason why I say
Goose.
modern is because they did it with what's it called, Scream. That's why I say, like, they did, like,
Scream is one of the
like,
few ones that does it okay, because they're always referencing horror movies. That's the thing, is they're always referencing horror movies, and horror movies are constantly changing. So, like, they brought up the fact of, like, elevated horror is what they brought up in the new one. So they brought up elevated horror, and that's like your A24 films where they use horror more as a backdrop to get more drama outlet. So, like, Haunting of Hill House is more of an elevated horror. Midsommar is. Hereditary is.
Midsommar was kind of stupid.
It was the happy horror film or whatever. I'm like, fuck off. I didn't like it. Don't get me wrong. There was definitely some like horrifying scenes in that movie. Like there was some definitely horrifying scenes in that movie.
I feel like the Purge series was kind of fucking disappointing. I'm not.
That's
even
not elevated horror. That's just trash.
It kind of went too.
The first two movies were okay. The rest is going downhill. That's all it was.
I will say this: second and third movie are actually really good. Fourth movie is interesting. The last one sucked, and the first one honestly is pretty crappy. The first one is a good like baseboard to jump off of, because the first one brings up a very interesting idea, but it's just essentially a home invasion movie. And that's the only problem I have with the first one, where the second one really does show you what the Purge is like. Third one it elaborates on that. And then the fourth one just kind of shows you how it started. So that's interesting. And then like this last one did okay, but
if you're making like let's think about this more theoretically. If you're making a Gremlins, like let's say if not a reboot but like a sequel, how do you do that? How do you manage that without going too far like into what
Did they make the Gremlins too?
They're working on I know they're working on a reboot to go to HBO Max. But that's about all we've heard. They haven't said much of anything except for it would be a live action CGI hybrid.
Like something like more like something permanent, like a Gremlins 3 or whatever, something like kind of like they try to top something. I know honestly, it's kind of hard to say, but like what do you think? Like how do you what do you do for us?
Yeah, so here's what I think. I genuinely believe if you're gonna do something with Gremlins, go ahead and get a fresh start. Get it rebooted, maybe make it a soft reboot, maybe acknowledge. I hate this trend with horror movies now where they acknowledge the first movie or the first couple of movies and then everything else doesn't exist anymore. I think this one should do what Ghostbusters Afterlife did. It should embrace the first one primarily, but it also has references to the second one, which fans of the second one will like.
So like essentially like keep like maybe not like
keep the core elements of what
they have like the store owner. Like granted it's not the original store owner, but they like be like, oh, I'm the grandson of like or grandson or whatever of like some relative that still keeps that shop or whatever and has the gremlin right there and like talks later on like in the movie says
I
like,
think what I think ends up happening
happened.
Here's the thing: if you remember at the beginning of the Gremlins 2, the whole reason why he ends up finding Billy is because the shop owner dies, and they fall behind on payments, and they actually tear down the building. So that's what happens in Gremlins 2. So do I think that I think we should follow another Mogwai? I don't think we need to follow Gizmo. I think. Granted, I think there is only Gizmo. So if you're gonna follow Gizmo, here's the first thing you need to do. You need to bring back Howie Mandel to do the voice. Nobody knows that Howie Mandel does the voice for Gizmo, but Howie Mandel does the voice of Gizmo. Oh, well, you do because I've told you like 5 times.
No, but I've known for a while. Like, for a while I've known.
Yeah, so Howie, you gotta bring back the germaphobe king.
He did Bobby's World, so I mean.
Yeah. Well, that was his part of his stand-up is he had the little kid voice.
I'm going to bed. I gotta get ready for work, so I'll talk to you guys later.
You're good, buddy.
All right, Gallows.
You're good, buddy.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by. Everybody say bye to Gallows. Anyways, so Seth, do you have a Snow to quit? You have a topic you want to talk about? You want to talk about Elden Ring?
I said everything I needed to say.
Said you everything you needed to say?
You can say whatever you want. We won't judge you for it. I mean, Christian.
Any ideas, any other like spur of the moment, anything that you think of, like maybe deserves a reboot, any game that needs a remaster, whatever it may be.
That's just an idea, but you can bring up something else.
Sonic Unleashed needs a remaster.
100%.
Great.
Sonic Unleashed was a good one. I think a remaster of Sonic Heroes is another one that I enjoyed for the PlayStation 2. For how much shit it gave. For how much shit people gave that game, I loved Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes was alright. I've played Sonic Heroes, Sonic 06. I didn't hate Sonic 06. I feel like if they redid it, fixed the story at the end, like have them just use the Chaos Emeralds to bring Sonic back to life without the fucking weird bestiality kiss thing. That was weird.
That was fucking weird.
You take that out of the game and take out the fact that Elise apparently fell for Sonic. If you take all of that away and just have them be pals, then sure, everything would be fine. Sonic.
I don't know. You're gonna piss off the furry community.
What'd you think about the Sonic Colors and Sonic Ring game, the Wii game? There was Sonic Ring.
I never
game.
played Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Sonic
I
Boom.
love Sonic Colors. I've played it over and over again until I beat it 100%. Same thing with Unleashed, which is why I want Unleashed.
For some reason, I don't know why, but when I had a Wii, I was very attracted to the Sonic Secret of the Ring for some reason, just because it had a different adaptation, and plus Knuckles and Sonic had armor. Knight armor suits as well too.
Oh,
so.
you're thinking of Sonic and the Black Knight. That was also a good game.
Yeah, Sonic and the Black Knight. Yeah.
What about Sonic Boom?
Sonic Boom was terrible.
Yeah.
And anybody that says it's good just needs to stop being a Sonic fan. In my humble and respectful opinion.
Which basically means he's right, you're wrong, shut the fuck up, get good.
It's not that's not what I mean. It's that Sonic Boom was a shit game.
I know.
And so was
I'm just fucking with it.
Actually, all three of them, because there was the game, there was the DLC, and then there was the second game, which is basically 3 games.
All right, Joe, do you have anything for Snodacast?
What did it get us canceled?
Should I tell the 911 joke, Christian?
Yes.
No. Not until we're not live. But if we have nothing else, I got nothing.
Joe, hold on, Joe. What do you have? What game or what movie do you want to see a remake of or a remastered of? Whether that be game, movies. Yeah. Manhunt. Why? I don't know Manhunt, but you explain. Tell me why.
It was like a psycho thriller.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Make me want to die.
No, that's not. I'm talking about like it was a psychological thriller.
I know what Manhunt was. I've heard of it. I never played it, but I heard of it.
The first 2 games got a lot of controversy, which helped sales.
Controversy always helps sales. I don't care.
I just feel like there ought to be a third game, but except, it would be really hard to get a third game in this.
The Force Unleashed 3 would be cool.
Force Unleashed 3 would be cool. Honestly, I would actually prefer a remake of Force Unleashed 2 because Force Unleashed 2 was bare bones minimum. Honestly, it kind of sucked.
I wish there was either a series or a movie about Force Unleashed.
I would love a freaking animated Force Unleashed series. That would be fun.
And then same thing, and then an animated Old Republic.
Animated series. Knights of the Old Republic would be fantastic. I would love that.
They practically already did all the cinematic openings for the game.
Yeah. I know that PlayStation's doing an exclusive remaster of Knights of the Old Republic.
Like the style of the Clone Wars and Rebels kind of.
It'll be
I could see that working.
Yeah.
For a Starkiller series, yes.
I would love a Starkiller series. Yeah, that would be fun.
I would
so
have Sam Witwer cut back to be Starkiller. I would.
I'm going to bring up something very controversial. Don't worry, it's not going to get us canceled. But I'm going to bring up something very controversial.
You're not popular enough to get noticed to get canceled. You'll be fine.
Yeah, fair enough. But you say that, and as soon as we get we'll get canceled, and then we'll get popular. You know what I mean? We'll get pushed off YouTube. We'll have to go to like Kotaku or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, so slightly controversial topic. I personally do not care for Resident Evil. I like the ideas. I do not like the games.
How?
I'm sorry. They just don't appeal to me.
I like the original. I hate that they fucked up the first original game. I hate that they made a clowning of the first fucking game, and it fucking pisses me off.
You're talking about Resident Evil Remaster?
Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4.
The one that they had like the I can't remember what the area is called, but the one that they did like the comedy version of the detective, I can't remember what his name is, but the one that they came out like last year.
You're talking about Resident Evil 3.
No, the first one. The one that
Zero.
like Zero, not Zero. It's the one, the NES
Resident
one.
Evil Zero is the first Resident Evil game.
It's not the first Resident Evil game to come out, but it is the first in the timeline.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, it's the NES one.
Stuff.
You're talking about Resident Evil, like just classic Resident Evil.
Village was whack too.
Village
was ass.
Yeah.
Okay, it was ass in the last quarter of the game.
Yes, it was fun.
You
for
weren't
the first
fighting
quarter.
monsters anymore. You were fighting Transformers.
Or ladies' tits.
Lady Germiscu.
That's the only reason anybody wanted the game was because
Lady
of
Germiscu,
big, bad
roll out.
dominatrix vampire lady.
Big
Mommy
titty
E.
goth mommy.
Slutty daughters.
No.
Big titty goth vampire.
No. Yeah, big titty goth mommy.
Who turned into a giant tentacle flying bat monster.
You're fucking
whenever
kidding.
You stabbed her.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's what happened in the game. Have
I
you
didn't play
played
the
it?
game. No.
That explains it.
No.
You missed
I
the best part.
played.
You turned into a tentacle porn monster. It was great.
Yeah, I have at least attempted to play the original Resident Evil remaster.
Evil.
Yeah,
you need to play
Resident
you
is
need to
called
play-
Resident fucking Evil. I don't know.
Yeah.
I kept saying that they had a remaster of it, and that wasn't like last year. That was like they did a remaster in 2013.
What movie was it?
I just want more
What was
Devil
You're
May
talking about the
Cry.
It was
rebooted
like-
movie. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to
Yeah.
Raccoon City. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
that
a terrible movie.
I was like, I was fucking upset. I'm like, fuck, bro. They could have done
Here's the
better.
thing. Here's where they fucked up. They fucked up on some of the casting. They tried to combine the freaking elaborate stories for the first and second game into one movie. And I get it to an extent because they take place around the same time. So that's where I kind of understand. But beyond that, it's like,
Could have done better. I'm fucking.
You could have
pissed
done
about it.
fucking
That's
better.
one thing
Yeah.
I'm like, that's one thing I'm like. That was my favorite game, and you fucked it up.
you're talking about the
fucked it up.
movie. I'm talking about the games.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the movie. I'm talking about
Okay.
the movie because, like, obviously the game. Okay, the game is a whole nother topic of why
Mhm.
that also shit is fucking controversial and fucking all the fuck that. But I mean, you could have done really justice to the game. The game did a very good job on
Set design wise, they did really good with the game. Like they did really good in that movie with the set design. However, the CGI got bad because it's a severely low budget, and that's the problem. Is I thought it looked good. Like I really was super pumped to see it, and then I kept hearing like they're trying to combine the first and second game. Yeah, and yeah, that's the other problem.
They should have had two movies. If I'm gonna be honest, they should have had two movies.
Yeah, you could have set up the other movie that takes place around the same time. You could have done that because that's what the game does. Like the first game has enough story that you can make a whole movie out of it. Now, do I like the Mila Jovovich movies? I like the first three.
I mean, I prefer in the
It's
fifth
in a
element
more like
or-
chronological order, and like in a more like if you would have done it right, you could have gotten another more money out of it. Like common sense type of thing of like.
I have a take on
Alright.
this whole thing.
Mhm.
Can we just have a fucking Devil May Cry movie or Beautiful Joe?
I feel
Devil
like
May
that's
Cry
too
movie could be
much.
interesting. It is
Beautiful.
a
I
lot
feel like-
though.
Too much. I feel like
Or
people
Mega
would
Man.
like. They would be like, it's okay. Devil May Cry, like, okay, this is the movie. This is what it is. But I don't think people would like. I don't think it would go anything more like. It would get high mainstream than what it is. I feel like it would just stay in its fan base.
So
Devil
a
May
good
Cry.
example of an adaptation done right. It's not based off a video game, but it's a good way of adapting an anime. In my personal opinion, Alita Battle Angel is one of probably the best animated anime adaptations. It is. It's really good. And the whole reason why critics didn't like it is there's too many characters. There's like 5 different subplots, and it's too long. And I'm like, yeah, that's an anime. That's an anime.
What about Ghost Shell? Ghost Shell, because
Ghost in the Shell was rightfully divisive because it did things right.
Johansson.
No, here's the thing. I fucking hated that whole controversy about Scarlett Johansson's just whitewashing the movie. Here's the thing. In the original movie, they even say she has the body of an American woman. And they even also say that she has the conscience of a fucking Asian woman. So it's not whitewashing, it's the actual fucking adaptation of it. Now, that being said, the rest of the movie, no, not that great. They try to make it they try to dumb it down too much for the action's sake, instead of doing the psychological stuff that they do in the original adaptation. But yes, Alita Battle Angel is probably hands down one of the best anime adaptations we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Oh, I can make you guys hate me. Dragon Ball Evolution is the best fucking adaptation we've ever gotten.
I hope you know I'm about to hang myself with my headphones cord.
We're about to fucking hang Christian on a fucking.
Oh, that's a better idea.
Jesus, his balls is a punching bag.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna kind of like half and half defend. Okay, Dragon Ball Evolution. When I first watched it, I saw the potential, and they fucked it up. They screwed it up.
There's one thing that they got right. There's one thing that they got right. There's one thing they got right. Chow Yun-Fat as Master Roshi was hands down the best fucking character. You can't fucking deny that. He was the best part of that movie. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. He was the best part. He tried his damnedest to make it like a fucking anime.
I'm not even gonna lie. The person that they cast Gigi for,
she was fine.
Did a good job.
She was fine.
They did a good job. Bulma?
Bulma, no. Bulma, no. They fucked up Bulma. Piccolo looked okay, in my opinion.
Piccolo, they could have done a rework on him.
Yeah, they could have done a little bit better.
Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't complain about him too much, but I like now looking at it, I'm like, okay, I can see why people have a problem with him. Goku, I think they did a okay job casting him.
With what they did with Goku is what they were adapting. Goku didn't become a freaking adult until Dragon Ball Z. Goku was a kid. Not only that, he was a secluded fucking kid. Like, this was a kid.
Parents were dead.
Well, yeah, A, he came from an alien planet, and B, his grandpa fucking raised him, like, and here's the thing, is the reason why he's always looking for a fight is because he's constantly trained, and that's also the reason why he didn't know what a fucking girl was.
Or tits.
Yeah, he had no idea. That's why he acted as weird as he did with Bulma. I can tell we're boring.
Wasn't there
Seth.
a fucking, like, episode whenever he was a little kid? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like one of the episodes was somebody trying to show him her fanny and he just fucking just didn't give a shit?
I think that is one of the things. Dragon Ball got really horny in the first couple episodes.
Dragon Ball, he was like,
I'm basically Roshi.
He didn't even know like the body anatomy, and then they like kind of like essentially like sleep together, but not really. Like sleep in the same room, and then Goku like realizes like, oh, she don't have a body part down there like a guy does, and does the joke in a sense of like. Yeah, of like, why don't you have the same thing that I have? But no one has told him that there's a difference between a guy and a girl because his parents are.
I think we just kind of blew Seth's mind a little bit, or he's back to playing No Man's Sky. I have no idea.
I've been playing No Man's Sky since like 2 hours ago.
That's fair. But anyways, I've got nothing else for you guys. You want to go ahead and wrap this up?
Yeah, I think I could come up with one more thing. I think maybe there might be another movie or another game that I haven't thought yet that they could probably do a good job with. I think I wouldn't mind maybe seeing a Kirby game, a Kirby adaptation, not like in real life, but like animated.
With Chris Pratt as the voice.
Yes, because Chris Pratt is everywhere.
No. Just keep
Here's
the same...
if you want to get a celebrity voice actor, get Awkwafina to voice Kirby.
Fuck out.
Kirby barely just says anything.
I know.
I mean, have you seen the 4 Kids adaptation of Kirby? I mean, because that's the only Kirby everybody grew up with. The show, so
you fucking blew my mind. I forgot that thing existed. You remember that TNT show where they went into the future?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles powered up.
Yeah, they had the freaking. That was my favorite adaptation, honestly. The TNT show was where they went into the future.
Forward?
Yeah, I think it was called Fast Forward. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that.
And it was like April O'Neil's like son.
Yeah. Anyways,
and I like that.
Yeah. Anyways, I have been your host. This has been the Snodacast. I've been Black Chef 56. I've been joined by Lewis, aka Diamond Assassin. The fuck nugget that's below me, aka Seth, aka It's Primbridge.
The man, the myth, the legend who needs to go more.
The one that needs to go hang himself now after doing a dab.
I gave you a legendary dab. You're welcome.
And
No. If you were really gonna put on the cringe, you would have done the dab and then be like, "I just gave you the most legendary dab ever. It's huge. It's best. It's the best. Never can be topped."
It was
huge, big, huge.
Also,
Gonna build a wall.
but I'm actually the unpaid intern of unpaid interns.
And of course, the Master Roshi of our group, the old horny pervert, Joe, aka Joker.
You're not wrong.
You just called yourself Master Roshi earlier, so fuck off.
As a joke.
Anyways,
It was the otaku lifestyle.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
a
I have been Black
motherfuckers.
Chef 50 sex. I have been. Did I say 50 sex?